Hey, Sassy fam, welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. You guys, we just continue on with this gorgeous weather. I don't even know what to do with myself these days other than to just enjoy it. What else is there to be done? I don't know, but it seems to me it's the simplest solution. You guys, what's up? What is going on? Like always, we continue to just keep on keeping on around here. Good energy, good enthusiasm, and I hope the same is true for you as well. For those folks who have asked me for a mini update, I know it has been a while since I've given an update about where she is or what's going on with her. We've just been so immersed in her new grade and her new activities, and she has really taken to it. She is loving the violin, thanks to everyone who asked. Yeah, no, she is taken to it very well. In fact, I got a recommendation from her private instructor for violin that she should try out for advanced youth orchestra for the city. And you just, at that moment, you kind of just stop as a parent, you take a breath and you're like, huh. It's like, I knew she was doing well. I didn't know she was doing that well, according to her instructors. Now, I've been to some of her concerts, but, you know, they're one among 50 or 60. And so I hear her practice and all this, and I'm like, comparatively, I'm sure she's on par with other students. And it's like, no, apparently she's doing quite well. So that was very flattering. That's a wonderful moment. I know I was thrilled and that she was thrilled. But I also looked at the youth orchestra for the city, and I was like, that's a very aggressive schedule. So I had to have a talk with her about, you know, this looks like a wonderful opportunity and we should consider it. And I want you to consider it. I do. I know you enjoy violin and I love that you love violin. It's just looking at the expectation. Now, let's keep in mind, Mom's old car schedule is already kind of at max capacity in terms of what it is that we do. Now, baby, I would love to make space for this, but I got to know that you want this, that you really, really want this. Because it is demanding, as it should be, right? Especially if you're practicing at that level with that kind of requirement or that kind of talent. The schedule is going to be aggressive. And she's like, I do enjoy it, but I don't know if I enjoy it that much. And I'm like, that's the kind of honest conversation I'm looking for, honey. I only want to do it unless you know you really, really want to commit to this. Oh, she's still thinking about it, but we'll see. But yeah, she's doing great there. And she's discovering her own particular style as they do at this age. She is entering the teenville. She's discovering, like I said, a new style, and she's identifying so far with goth life. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Made me proud. So let me tell you, when the day came when I took my daughter to her first trip ever to Hot Topic to pick out some outfits for the first time, I'm not going to lie. It was a little emotional for me. It was a little Guys, you don't understand. Now, yes, I grant you, you can have your argument if you live the goth life. Hot Topic then versus how it is now. I understand it's completely different, but some things still remain, such as heavy black denim with chains and skulls. That stuff is still there. So I bought her first couple of goth outfits, and I'm not going to lie, she looked good. She looks so good, though. Goth style suits her very well. And she's got the attitude to back it up. Oh, honey, let me tell you. And I know where it comes from. That's why it's flattering to me. This is her style this year. What it'll be like next year, I don't know. But she adopted it first because that was my background. I showed her pictures of my youth and when I was a teen and how I was hardcore goth life. It was black head to toe, leather jacket, boots to match. And I was wearing black lipstick before everybody else, honey. Like, I was in it. So she saw those pictures, and I know it influenced her, but who knows what she'll be like next year. But for this year, she's all about that goth life. I love it. I love her for that. It's very sweet. So for those of you who just wanted an update on Minnie, thank you so much. It's very sweet. It's just very sweet of you to ask. But yeah, she's doing great. Thank you all so much. She's already 5'4". Child's not even 12 yet. It's already 5'4". 5 feet, 4 inches. I'm 5'9" for reference. Oh, it's a good thing we didn't buy too many new outfits because she just keeps going and going. It was nice, though. It was nice to buy her first pair of boots as well. Goth boots. Loved them. Oh, my goodness. She loves to stomp around in those things. Let me tell you, she shows it off. Okay, that's enough of that. You guys, what are we doing today? We're going to go ahead and do our general overview. It's kind of like a snapshot of where we are for the next couple weeks, or overview for the month, if you will, also called a 369. We'll put down our baseline, advice, some oracles, and maybe some charms as well. Like always, your sign will be timestamped in the description box as well as the comments, because I got you. And in the general sense, like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. These are, after all, indeed, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all, which I know is frustrating, but it's also normal. Check out the placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. You guys, I will see you for the Thursday check-in, maybe some shorts, and an upcoming extra sassy. You guys, take care. Be well. Okay, that's better, I think. We had to stop, take a moment to adjust the camera, lower it a little bit. Every now and again, you got to make micro adjustments. Leo, honey, what's up? What's going on? Show me Leo, please. What's going on for Leo? Very good. What's going on for Leo, please? Oh. The High Priestess, the Queen of Pentacles. Well, I already like that. That's lovely. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, indeed. If you can take your time with it, then take your time with it. You know, that's not a bad thing at all. The Empress, the Star, Eight of Wands. Lovely. Oh, lovely. Further out, the Fool, the King of Wands. That's you, honey. I had a feeling I was going to see your card there. King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Man, don't you just look and feel so freaking good? I kind of like your cocoon phase right here. I always appreciate a good cocoon phase from time to time. You too, apparently, as well. The High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Your intuition has been quietly speaking to you, and you're coming largely from a place of, I need some quality time with myself. And I agree. We all need that from time to time. We all need that kind of level of just personal TLC. Showing ourselves more sense of time out, quiet. I'm going to rest in my comfort zone. I'm going to continue to be active in my comfort zone, but I really just want to get reacquainted with myself and my environment. And that's what I see you doing. It's just kind of nesting, quietly nesting, and just, like I said, getting reacquainted with your environment. And that's a beautiful thing. I love that. So very much in touch, or getting back into touch with you, feeling yourself, your home space, and just kind of relishing your own sense of who you are. And that's beautiful. Don't rush the process, right? Knights of Pentacles. And then eventually you come out of that lovely, quiet, okay, this is what's going on with me. This is what's going on with my home. I feel good about myself. I'm solid. I know my worth. I feel secure. A lot of sense of steady security here intuitively as well. Love this. We shift a little further out. The Empress, the Star, Eight of Wands. I see what looks like not just you bursting forth in your goals. No, there's something here on the line that's opening up, and it's very, very important to you, someone else. I think between the two of you, it's important to the both of you. There's a strong sense of communication here, and it's ideal. It seems to be ideal, not just ideal, but it seems to greatly satisfy you. And in connection to someone else, it looks like a very fruitful, happy conversation that involves healing and progress and sight, the Star, goals. Okay? There's a strong sense of accomplishment here, and it's being communicated between yourself and someone else, someone of some standing with the Empress here. Okay? And you could say that's you. I don't know. I just see a mixture of two energies. And it looks like a lovely, happy, bright conversation on both sides. Perhaps congratulations are in order on both sides. About what? I don't know. Goals, something. But it's very respectful, and it's appreciative on both sides. It's lovely. Don't know who you're talking to, but I like your reaction to it, and I like how it's being received and therefore given back to you. So it looks good. You're happy too. You're a happy camper. You're a happy Leo. The Fool, King of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. It's like saying, I know my worth. You had that assessment back here. But you're showing me such high levels of comfort as well as confidence with your Ten of Pentacles in the near future. There will come a point not too far out from now where you're going to have a moment of pause, just standing still, and you're going to appreciate the empire you have built. Now, you may not identify as someone who's having an empire or particularly since being wealthy. That's not what I mean. I mean all that you have managed to achieve. You know, that moment of stillness, quiet. First, you show me that in contemplation of yourself and knowing who you are and what you're about, right? And finding comfort in that and quietness. And then I see it being reflected externally as well. I just see you opening up to all that is yours. You feel comfortable standing still. But you're also saying, if I want to open up, I can do that. I'm secure. I like where I'm at in this life. I feel good about where I'm at in this life. If I want to open up and take a risk, if I want a new beginning, if I just want to keep myself open to what I've established, I'll do all that, whatever I want to do. I'm good. I like where I'm at, you're saying. It's kind of like saying my 10 of Pentacles is at my disposal, and it suits me, and I do well for it, and it does well for me. So I can see that you're highly connected, resourceful, grounded, stable. Indeed, I would say congratulations are in order, and I see you sharing that with somebody in that respect of kind of checking in with each other about where you are, the both of you, and how you've both done really well for yourselves. And I see how relaxed you are and how confident you are. You have a certain sense of passion and ambition. You look adventurous and secure. So I don't know what this is, but it's a great conversation, and it helps you stay in reflection about who you are, okay? Your accomplishments as well. Let's get, I don't think you need too much advice. I like where you are, you know? Yeah, that's coming up soon. That star. A sense of importance. A very enriching and meaningful conversation here. The Eight of Wands, it's coming up. Let's get some advice, please. But I don't blame you for not being in a rush with this piece. No, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful space to be in. I love that. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. That's interesting. If there's any sense of pain here, old pain specifically in the heart space, and you're wondering if you feel free to invest in what you feel, the answer is yes. Okay? Wherever your heart is coming from, I can see that it was injured, hurt. Okay? Might have been an ending somewhere. If you want to know if it's safe or secure to invest in something from the heart, the answer is yes. You've done a lot of work, and perhaps that's what your cocoon phase was back here, in getting back in touch with your own sense of worth and progress and who you are as a person. Okay? Feeling it, seeing it, feeling it and seeing it, a witness to yourself every day in what you have achieved. If you want to know if you can invest from the heart, it looks like it's safe to do so. We're all going to have a Ten of Swords sticking in it time to time. But that doesn't mean it should take away from who you are, or how you view yourself, or your own sense of accomplishment. When we're ready to move forward, when it feels it's ready to move forward, then it's time. Okay? You'll always be your best investment. The Empress, Ten of Cups, there it is again. Two of Wands. Yeah, this is a very favorable conversation, and it is active. That is active communication, and it feels good to receive this person's support. They from you as well. It looks like a fair exchange. So there is a strong sense that this is a VIP person. I'm not saying that you're not. I know that you are. You've already kind of showed me who your stamp is, your energetic stamp, and who you are. This Empress seems to be outside of you, and this is someone whom we very much value harmonizing with. A strong opinion of, high sense of worth and value from this person as well. So that would explain why you two are bouncing off each other so well. Strong appreciation and mutual respect for what you have both achieved in your own right, as it should be. Whoever this is kind of puts you in a good reflection about who you are once more, not just internally, but externally too. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. We absolutely want to connect with this. So I have someone here acknowledging your achievements, and you theirs. Oh, your message has been blessed by Our Lady Perpetual Long Care. Oh, yes. Actually, I'm surprised it's not noisier outside, having taken Cinnamon for her morning walk. Messages, dreams. Some of you are getting a lot of messages and dreams these days. I'm surprised there's not more noise. We have 3 houses being worked on today. Someone's getting a roof done, a fence done, and then somebody else a full lawn care package. So I'm actually, this is surprisingly quiet, to be honest with you. Ego, vanity, pride. Okay. So I think that's where we see you doing a cocoon phase, is that you're going within, looking at your worth and trying to remove that sense of ego and vanity. Well, also remember, ego is a good thing. Like all things in life and human nature, it depends on what we do with it. There's a pro and a con, a light and a dark. There's good ego, healthy ego, and then there's non-healthy ego. So when you reflect upon yourself the way you are, understand that you're a good person, and that you have accomplished a lot, and that you have merit attached to you, okay? It's not just an empty looking glass where it's like you have to reassure yourself, did I do this? Did I do that? Or is it just my ego? No. You're showing me real valid sense of experience, sense of self, and sense of self-worth. And then also you wonder sometimes if your dreams aren't a kind of meaningless reflection of ego. No, they're not. I don't see that at all. It's our dreams, how we perceive ourselves, what it is we can see ourselves doing. Can it be a form of negative ego? Yeah, absolutely. Can it also be a good representation of how we see ourselves achieving in this life? Yes, absolutely. There's always going to be a dual nature to things. But understand, if your dreams for yourself are a good thing, then they're a good thing. If they're a reflection of vanity and pride, negative, you would know. You wouldn't be showing me this level of good for you, and good for everyone who seems to be connected to you. It's a good thing to talk about it with this person too, to help point out your achievements in a way that's healthy and productive. A spiritual awakening some of you have had. Very good. Okay. More so about what it is you're doing with your life and why, it seems. I don't think we need too much from the coffee cup oracle, but just in case, it might be helpful for some of you. Peacock, there's a sense of showing off again a little bit. Am I showing off, or do I have a right to display? I think you have a right to display. And I have the feeling that this person here is successful in some way, or can connect you in that way. They know what it is to wear that cloak of brilliant feathers because they earned it. And it's kind of like they're pointing that out to you. It's not vanity. You've earned it. Well done. Well done with your wealth. Well done with your success. Well done with your vision. Well done with your recognition, something like that. But the peacock, yeah, and the birds. That's interesting. 2 flights, 2 with feathers, 2 birds. News, messages, yeah, I see that coming through. That's lovely. And again, there it is. They're communicating back and forth more or less the same message. I like this. This person's a good reflection of who you are. Okay. I'll do a time check just for courtesy. I'm not into time checks these days. I haven't been for a long time. Not really. People can get too wrapped up in them, but I have to admit it's been a while since I've done some time checks. Do it. That's all we're going to leave it with. Do it. Whatever it is. Do it. So that sounds kind of like more upfront, immediate, within your control now kind of energy. For some of you, a cloudy day might be a reference. Okay? We have the letter S and E. We'll do a couple more. Yeah. We have, B, S, E, the little star, little wish, little hope. I've seen this. The medallion of the child here. Some of you might have a child. Could be that the person whom you speak to has a child. There is a sense of maternity here with the Empress twice, just FYI for some of you, not an absolute. There could be that there are dependents involved, or the kind of joy that's associated with children in terms of that hope and just being open instead of shut off, that kind of thing. And then we have 2 medallions here. We have the medallion of Virgo, but it's in the reverse, the key word here being practical. Some of you have some very practical natures. You might have some strong Virgo in your chart. Also, FYI, Capricorn is here as well. In the reverse, the key word here being ambition. So some of you, between that crossroads of being ambitious and being practical, you've done well, and you're kind of assessing about where you've come from and why, and what does that say about you, and where is it coming from. And I like that you're checking in with yourself, but rest assured, it seems like what you have here is what has been earned. Okay. Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me Sagittarius, please. Your message, like Leo's, has been blessed with Our Lady Perpetual long care. Oh, it's really picking up now. What's going on for Saggy? I have a whole symphony, darling, a whole symphony, but we must press on. I don't have time to wait. I don't think you do either. What's going on? Show me, Saggy. 6 of Wands, 3 of Swords, Queen of Cups. I think I know what's going on there. All right, we'll talk about it. Knight of Wands, the Lovers, and the Star. Okay. 4 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. All right, yeah, that's what I thought. You're showing me brave face. All right, you have a beautiful heart here with the Queen of Cups, and it hurts, but you don't want that to show. So you're showing me 6 of Wands. I don't think it's 6 of Wands arrogance. No, I think this is something that fire signs do traditionally when they are hurt or they have big feelings or they're a little bit more on the sensitive side. You're showing me I'm cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything, you can't hurt me. I'm good. I'm out here. Woo! Excuse me, 6 of Wands. Look at me. That's what's up. Don't look at my broken heart. No, no, no. Excuse me while I take a sip. For those of you who are sipping intolerant, that's your cue to turn down your volume. Oh, goodness me. That's so much better. Okay. 6 of Wands, 3 of Swords, Queen of Cups. Like I said, classically, I have a big heart. I have big feelings. Classically, I've been hurt. But you know what? My response is to show joy. I'm fine. I'm not hurt. Don't worry about it. Okay. Normal. Okay. But when you're on your own time and no one's looking at you and you don't feel like you have this need to put on a face, remember to use your quiet time, your peace time, okay, your individual time to look more at that. All right. But for the most part, your heart wants to recover. Queen of Cups always wants to recover their heart space. All right. Knight of Wands, the Lovers, the Star. You know, it's not just you. There's obviously a strong connection in here. Very, you know, and it can be as passionate as you. It can be as strong to you as you are to it. I mean, you both feel it. Emotionally, yeah, you both feel it. And spiritually, too. Oh, boy. Knight of Wands, we have that physical energy, that oomph, that drive, that passion, right? Oh, it's so strong. And we add some Star onto it. Now, that's spiritual implication. You both desire each other. Let's make that clear in case that wasn't obvious. You both desire each other still. Okay. Now, there is another energy here, but the focus is you. But yes, you both desire each other still. Very much so. Whether or not you two will be able to reach for the stars again, I do not know. But the fact that you're still passionately connected to this person, I'm not surprised. All right. And you both actually hope in your own respective ways. Again, I'm not looking at them, I'm looking at you. But yes, you both hope in your both respective ways to join once more. Maybe you will. It's possible the 3D is showing up at some point in the future, so let's talk about that. 4 Swords, Ace of Cups, the 10 of Cups. There you go. Like I said, you are working on healing your heart. You are. You are. I knew that because the King, Queen of Cups, they don't like feeling bad all the time. Why would they? They're the biggest feelers. You know, they want to be happy. They want to express their feelings in a way that's positive, not just negative. So I knew you were working on it, and that's where I got the brave face thing from. Because I know you. 4 Swords and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're working on that beautiful heart space. And you have so much here in terms of abundance with the 10 of Pentacles. You know, you have such a strong environment. 10 of Pentacles, our foundation. It goes well beyond our personal home and finances. It's our career. It's our community. It's people who we're physically connected to and why. What we give to it and therefore gives back to us. It's deeply rooted in the community. That takes time to build that level of commitment and foundation and connectivity. And as you continue to immerse yourself into everything that you have built, the more it continues to help recover your heart space. Now, as for this, is it possible for it to again show up in the 3D? Absolutely. If you ask me with that level of energetic connectivity, it seems to be it's a matter of time, just not right now. I can see where it hurts your heart, okay? And you're kind of acting like all is well. When you two will next be able to reach for each other, I don't know. But it seems like you both have a shared interest or investment in some sort of cooperative community state, okay? And I like how you're recovering your heart. You look a lot more confident. It's showing up in reality, not just what you're showing people at face value, but in reality, okay? You feel a lot more confident about going out into the world, remembering that you love yourself and everything that you're connected to, and that's important to stay connected to that sense of abundance, okay? Show gratitude for that. Of course you do. I'm just reminding you of the obvious. That will help the healing process. And then also, this, Knight of Wands, the Lovers, the Star. Yes, you both still desire each other. In your spirit, sir, even if you don't believe in this, I understand. A lot of people roll their eyes about the mumbo jumbo. But yeah, spiritually, the connection's still taking place. Very much so. Will it be anchored back down into the 3D? Well, you both desire it in some way. So it seems to me it's a matter of time. Let's get some advice, please. Of course, tarot does not dictate action. You do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You either have a strong connection that you still inwardly desire, would like to connect with, or you don't. That's it. It's either honest reflection of you or it isn't. That's it. That's how you know it's yours or not. Because this person can honestly say, yes, I would like to connect with that person again. My heart feels it. My spirit feels it. If I'm being honest with myself, the answer is yes, I would. And it's not a struggle. There's no maliciousness. There's no anger there. It's just a simple truth. And it's a strong one, too, that you both share. You just may not know it. All right, let's get some advice, please. I hope so, though. When I see energetic connectivity that high, it seems like it's a matter of time. The full Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, someone even now as we speak contemplates it, contemplates opening up, taking a risk. Unfortunately, they're subject to the Eight of Swords. They convince themselves otherwise, or they talk themselves out of it, or put it off, or procrastinate. And yet someone here has the realistic vision of generating some sort of activity. It's small, it's not much, but nevertheless, if we're afraid of the results, okay, then we talk ourselves out of the conversation. We blind ourselves towards the opportunity. It's kind of negate that fool energy a little bit. I would love to just open up. My spirit would just love to open up, take a risk. But then we overthink it, and then the page gets lost. He doesn't know what to do. Okay, but even now, as we speak, someone thinks about it, they contemplate on it, they feel their way around it, or they try to. If someone could let their mental guard down long enough, that page might have some room to activate. My. We overthink it or we procrastinate. Overthink and procrastinate. One tends to feed the other, to be honest. Ten of Wands, Page of Wands, Two of Swords. You both struggle with this idea of opening up because you both feel it some way back and forth. Eventually, I do believe that the strength of this is going to override both of your sense of fears. It's just who does first. I don't know. Okay, so if that's the big to-do, whoever has the most tangible idea will most likely be the one that puts it forward. The other person struggles with just opening up at all, you know, having hope for it specifically. Who knows? This might need a little more time to cook. But you both think about it. Yeah, I know. I called it. Yeah, it's not I called it. It was there. Your energy tells me. I don't really tell you. Yeah, of course, there was separation here between you and this person of significance. I see that. You would both know why. And yet you would both connect to it if you were both being honest with yourself. Someone is afraid of rejection and loss if they try to reapproach. Okay. And nevertheless, feeling fragmented about everything. Okay. Celebration. There's the Fool energy again, guys. I can't make this shit up if I tried. There's the Fool energy again. The freedom, the leap of faith. And then there would be cause for celebration. Whatever it is, congratulations. I don't know. Something about celebration. There's, like I said, it didn't take much. It doesn't take much. It's already here. It's just someone keeps overthinking it and therefore shutting down the most plausible form of action. And from your point of view, you don't know they would be open towards it anyway. So I just, like I said, you both think about the same thing, more or less. Take that leap of faith. We will have reason or cause, or just cause, I should say, to celebrate. Let's get some time checks, please. For some of you, March, upcoming March or last March might have been significant. For some of you, last July or upcoming July might be significant. Yes? Okay. Either way, these are just references in time. You know? How they apply, I don't know. That's up to you. There you go. And for some of you, within 2 years. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing time checks, because that can infuriate people. Again, you know, be careful what you ask for those of you who really want time checks. And I don't include them very often because it can drive people crazy. Once more, tarot does not dictate action, you do. And then your personal also has a choice in action too. To me, that energy looks inevitably like it's going to connect again. But who's to say? Next couple of days? Next March? Sometime within 2 years? Okay. May or may not be. Oh. We had the big heart was stuck to my finger, so. But this is an indication of your reading. Here's your arrow striking in the heart. Your heart has been struck. Cupid's arrow, however you want to put it. We have the medallion of Taurus. We have the medallion of Cancer. You might have any of these placements critically in your chart. Could be connecting to either. We have the chakra being in alignment. Yes, we want things to be in a particular alignment. We have the goldfish of Pisces in the reverse. The harmonization effect is currently not taking place for one or both of you. Our feelings, in other words, are not harmonious. A and W. AW. Our feelings are not in place for it. Our feelings are not harmonized with, sorry, I don't know why I almost said that. It's our feelings are not harmonized with the letter A, and I don't know why I said that, or I was about to say it. Anyway, we have the small star here, little wish, little hope. I understand. Okay, so dear honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Aries? Show me Aries, please. Show me Aries. What's going on? The Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, that one's not going to feel good. Let's keep going. The Ten of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Star. Oh, okay, good. Page of Wands, the Emperor, that's you. Wheel of Fortune, very good. Good. I'm glad to see we shut down that train of thought. I'm not saying that it was easy. Things like that never are. Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands. There's this overall sense of, I'm happy that shit broke. I'm happy that it was an abandoned project. I'm happy. I couldn't be more thrilled, right? And it's kind of like a false bravado here. Not trying to give you, it's just what I'm seeing for you today. So it either resonates or it doesn't. Okay, if it does, feel free to share. If it doesn't, it don't. Check out your other placements. But yeah, no, we were overthinking a break. It actually was the best thing for you or the situation. At the time, you kind of showed that to the world. I couldn't be more thrilled that this broker isn't working. I'm glad. Yeah. But we actually spent a great deal of time thinking, oh my God. But we felt a pressure to show the world that we were fine, that we were just fine. We were over the moon about it. Hey, one less pain in my ass, right? That's what that is. But when we were on our own time, quiet time, we feel the pain and we feel the disconnect. And I don't know what broke. I'm not looking that far back. I just see that you were a little bit more tormented by it than your initial presentation would suggest. Okay? That's okay. You know, sometimes you fake it till you make it. That's a real saying for a real reason. And then eventually you don't have to fake it because the real feeling will creep up on you, or the real thought will creep up on you. You know what? That actually was the best case scenario. And that's the discovery over here. The Ten of Cups, Ace of Swords, the Star. It's kind of like saying, man, I should have been asking for so much more for myself than whatever that was, that I was fussing over and worrying over, and weren't nothing in the end. So at some point, that fake it till you make it, the whole point of that saying is that you don't, it's like a Band-Aid. It's temporary. We say it long enough as a temporary deflection, a temporary Band-Aid, a temporary structure. Eventually, real healing takes over, okay? And that's the whole point. So is that who you are full-time? No. Is that where you were temporarily? Yeah. But it gave you a lot more trouble than you initially were letting on to believe, okay? But now you know the truth. And looking back on it, you're like, I'm glad that shit didn't work out. I'm glad it didn't take. I should be asking for so much more. I should be asking for real love that shows up and is indeed supportive with the Ten of Cups. It's like if I look out upon the world and that's not there, why the hell should I want it? Exactly. Exactly. You're like real support, real care of another human being, real love of another human being shows up and harmonizes with you in some way in your life. They may not be by your side all day, every day, okay? But the idea is when you look out upon the world, you can count on their fucking cup to be there. Their love, their support, and their real care. You could be miles apart. That's not the point. When you call to check in or whatever, they're there. They respond. And they have similar concerns and love and support of you. See what I'm saying? And you're saying, I should be asking for so much more of myself. So thank God that didn't work out. I agree with you 100%. It hurts. Yeah, I'm not saying it didn't. But you're also saying, I know better now. I should have been aiming for so much higher. Like, I know the truth. If it doesn't harmonize, it doesn't work, and it shouldn't be in my life. If it doesn't want to show up for me in love and support, I shouldn't be showing up for it in love and support, whatever this was. And that's the truth of it. You should be aiming towards so much higher. Ace of Swords, the Star. Cool. You got it, babe. Page of Wands. Now you figured it out, is my point. Page of Wands, the Emperor, that's you. And the Wheel of Fortune. Looking back on it, you're like, oh, man. Man. I opened up to that, huh? Well, I'm a bigger, stronger, more empowered Aries today than I was yesterday. That's it. That's all you're showing me, is that you're more open to the truth now and that you have a much stronger sense of what empowerment is, or frankly, you're just back to being you. As the Emperor is like, oh man, I'm so glad I'm back in charge of the shit, or I feel like I'm more in charge of me again, or I recognize myself again. Yeah, that's a good reflection to have. I like where you found yourself and understanding that you should be asking so much more from the universe. You should have much higher goals and objectives and love and support and etc. And things that aren't supposed to work out, they don't. So therefore, they don't show up. That's it. If something wants to be in your life in a supporting, loving nature, it does. That's it. That's it. It doesn't make us feel this broken and disconnected and questioning ourselves. And you figure that out. You're like, oh man, what was I sweating on back then? I knew better. And I knew better. Let's open up to some other things. Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love it. Good job, Aries. You make it look easy. But I know that there was a lot that went into that particular process because you jumped from an unhappy space to okay, I figured it out. I should be asking for so much more from the universe, and I agree, you should. And what you're asking for, by the way, wasn't a lot. It's the Ten of Cups. You're either a supportive person in someone else's life, and vice versa, or you're not, you know? You either authentically love somebody and care about them and support them, or you don't, okay? In which case, you're not even a supporting character in someone's life, you're just a side character. Yeah. All right, let's get some advice, please. The Star. There again for you. Four of Pentacles and Temperance. Yeah, good job. Good job. Good job putting work, okay? And at first it was a stubborn thing. It was hard for you, to do this, but you had to. You didn't delete your star. You just, let's say you better transformed it or healed yourself to what you should be desiring, okay? It's not your star was wrong. You want love and support, but you want love and support, yes, from the right people. Okay, situation, places, circumstances. So it's not that your star was wrong. So continue to hold on to the vision of correctness. It's just who should be in it, who you're desiring and why, who you hope to balance with and why. That is what you had to heal. It took a while, though. It took a while. It took a while to adjust your vision of the star, but you got there in the end. And that took temperance, honey. That took temperance. It took time. It took patience. And it took the willingness of you to look at very difficult emotions and very difficult thoughts. That's part of the temperance package. It's deceiving. It looks, like I was telling you, you're making it look easy. Temperance here makes it look easy. Do you have any idea of the whirlwind, the hurricane of emotions in these cups? No, that took time for you to not lose sight of your star, but rather to understand it better and what it is you should be asking for. Okay, very good. Very good. Judgment, the Moon, and the Page of Swords. Yeah. We had a lesson here. We had a lesson here about we were keeping the best of our information to ourselves under the moon like it wasn't important. And then we really had to work hard through that lesson. We kept the insight small for a while. You kind of kept the truth hidden from yourself for a while, you know. Probably trying to give this more meaning and context than it deserves would be my first guess, because it was so buried under the moon. And then that's the amplification of knowledge. When we start out with the page and we end up with an ace, that's a lot of amplification of knowledge. Okay. First, we have deniability about what this meant and why, and that it's important to us, and I know it is, and learning to let it go because we realized it really weren't, though. It really weren't. Like I said, this much fussing and worrying, it either shows up or it doesn't. It either wants to be there or it isn't. It knows how to harmonize with you or it don't. That means it don't get it, and it shouldn't be part of your group. It shouldn't be part of your inner circle. But yeah, having to see that, recognize it, letting ourselves to see that and recognize it, that's the big thing right there. Then we develop acceptance, and then things kind of start to fall into place from there. So good job, and continue to aim yourself so much higher. I like, this is my favorite piece. This is icing on the cake right here, though. This is my favorite piece. You're like, I'm me again. Oh my God. What was I thinking? It's kind of like, I'm me. I'm Aries. What the hell? It's like I'm back at it. I'm cool. I'm back in touch with myself. Good job. Okay. I don't think we need to push it too much further. This is coming up for you if you haven't already kind of crossed that particular rainbow bridge of conclusion. You will be. So I'm really not interested in doing a time check. It's coming up for you soon. You know, I'm happy for you. And I like that you're back to you're kind of like right back to Aries, you know? Back to Aries, back to business. Back to life, back to reality. Remember that one? That's a good one. Unexpected message. Oh, listen to your intuition. Some of you will be receiving an unexpected message and do exactly as the cards say. Listen to your intuition about how to handle it. You know what's up. Okay, that's it. Okay, and it's going to activate that higher self right here. Hierophant energy, activate your higher self. Going to allow you to kind of double down on what it is you have recently learned, or rather relearned about yourself, and what it is you should be aiming for. So this is going to be your chance to flex that or test it out, however you want to put it. Okay. All right, we will get some coffee cup oracle cards, you know. Back to life, back to reality. That's a great song. That is a great song, and it's written in such a clever way. A lot of people don't recognize what she's actually talking about. It's quite clever if you want to look it up. Lucky, money, yes, coin, gimme, gimme, gimme. No, some of you have been touched with wealth, blessed with wealth, or frankly, you're just very productive. You're in demand and you're making some money. Good job. Yes. Some of you, FYI, you might want to play the lottery. I don't normally say shit like that. I do not. But here, you got like the jackpot of of Oracle. I'm not saying like put astronomical amounts down. What I'm saying is maybe buy a ticket or two. Something's up. Something's up. I like it though. It's a good something. We got the fish and the coins. These are good. They're really good with their neighbors. Yes. Resourceful. Abundance. Some of you, don't get me wrong, you could just be killing it at work, getting those contracts, or you're just in demand, and honey, it's good to be in demand. Yes. Now, I'm just saying, we're touched with a little bit of luck right now. Maybe use that a little bit. Yeah. You got the key on this one? Again, the word here being lucky. Lucky. We got some luck going on right now. You guys might want to get in on that. I know I'm gonna. Aries in my moon and rising. After saying that, you know what? I'm gonna put some. I think we're gonna go. We might get a couple tickets. Why not? It'll be fun. All right, we have the letter Q, W, and E. We have the medallion of Leo in the reverse, the keyword here being generous. Some of you are highly associated with being generous, and others of you, we have the medallion of Sag in the reverse, the keyword being optimist and generous. Some of you might be a lot of fire-oriented. We're talking, you got all the fires. right? You got Aries, you got Sag, you got Leo, right? Very good. Okay, cool. Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Aquarius, please. What's going on? What is going on? Show me, Aquarius. Show me, Aquarius, please. King of Pentacles, Justice, and the Four of Cups. Okay. Okay. Two of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Wands. FYI, some of you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. Three of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. All right. You are kind of straight away showing me focus on something that's important to you. Practically speaking, I do have something here that's important to you. Don't know what's up with that, that noise. It's a little outside our usual lawnmower sounds. Somebody might be using some fancy equipment. Either way, I hope it's not too bothersome. Anyway, King of Pentacles, Justice, Four Cups. There's a sense here, practically speaking, I want justice. Something here is not fair. Okay? And you're working through it. King, Queen of Pentacles, they like to work through things, practically speaking. So I know you're working through it. And there's a feeling here that something's not fair. Something's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm unhappy. And I have not been met with justice, and I'm trying to correct that. Okay. I understand. Where is that sense of injustice coming from? From work? From a state of self-worth here, in terms of knowing your own value? It's at the emotional level. You are not feeling satisfied. You are upset, in fact. There's some sort of situation here. I don't know what it is. Could be work, or I don't know. It's up to you. But long story short, it feels unfair, outstandingly unfair to you. Okay? Let's keep on. Two of Cups, the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands. There is a spiritual feeling here of emotional connectivity that you share with somebody who I believe you're hearkening back to and saying it's not fair. You're saying it means something to you. And you would like to feel better about it. And you would like it if they joined you in that space of feeling better about it. Okay. And I see your kind of spiritual devotion to this. You're saying, I care about this. I love this. I don't know the degree. The Two of Cups is here. It's a very simple emotional union you share with somebody. And it could be a commitment here. And it's like, Queen of Wands, I would love to feel better in this. And I want them to feel better about this too. Is that asking for so much? And I don't think it is, no. But we have some work to do. This one looks outside of you. Three of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Seven of Wands. Someone here is defensive in their heart space. They've been hurt in their heart. And you're calling a situation unfair. And from their energetic point of view, so are they. They're saying, my heart hurts too. A lot, actually. This person's defensive of their hearts. Typically, this is a softie. This is a very soft person, very full heart. But their heart's been hurt. And they're defensive around it. This one's completely outside of you. I 100% see this person outside of you. I see where you two share a common interest of passion, spark, even some creativity is in there between you two. And there's a strong sense of love and care in here. I can see what you two share spiritually and emotionally. But they're saying, I got beef. You got beef? Well, I got beef. So you're saying this situation's unfair and you want to be satisfied. They're kind of like, same. But my heart's defensive. So, how are we going to address this, folks? I got a version for you. I got a version for them of things not being fair. And things are hurt on both sides. Okay? Not accusing anybody. It's just you have your point of view, they have their point of view. But what you both share energetically is actually quite lovely and peaceful at its heart. Where can you two find common ground? Who can generate some activity here that allows the other? It's like, I'm hurt, so are you. So let's put our two hearts together and work it out. Okay? Because I would... You want to see that happen. You say that you feel that you've been wronged or unheard or your emotions haven't been appreciated. Okay? And they're like, same. My heart's hurt. And you can say that they're defensive for that reason. Absolutely. But practically speaking, I see you wanting to put something towards this to resolve it. I honestly don't know where they are. But I can see how you two would like to resolve things emotionally, spiritually. Let's get some advice, please. Six of Swords, the Emperor, the Nine of Swords. Man, somebody's really tried to stop worrying about this, to show empowerment, put their foot down. I'm like, I will not bother myself with this. I will not bother myself with this. I will not bother. Somebody's been trying to do that over and over again, but it's not working. The fact that we try to leave this behind mentally, it seems like the worse the anxiety gets. And that's really a strong indicator of unresolved issues. You know, especially with that masculine, well, I'm just going to move forward. I'm just going to move forward. I'm just going to put my emperor foot down and say, I'm out of here. I won't give this any more thought. But it's increasing our sorrows. Okay, the Nine of Swords there. All right, so we know this isn't helping. Whoever's been trying to strong arm it spiritually, mentally, I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm not going to think about it. It's just amplifying thoughts. Okay? So we know that strategy doesn't work. It's funny because the strategy we know doesn't work. For some reason, we don't rule it out right away. We just keep doing it over and over again, hoping it'll eventually take effect. Sometimes it works. A lot of times it don't, though, especially when it has that mental residual effect of I am still twisted up about my thoughts. We tend to double down, actually, the more we try to leave it behind. Okay. Let's keep on keeping on. The Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. See, we have such a matching pair here. We have the Emperor and the Empress. And with some goodwill, some good energy, some positivity, Ace of Pentacles, this is highly workable. It really is. And someone being shut down and saying, I don't want to discuss it, is not helping the situation. Putting more into this in terms of real hope, enthusiasm, and showing up and meaning it. Stop rejecting one sense of self-worth and I can't deal with this or I don't want to, and embrace one sense of self-worth because they know that we can actually put something real and tangible into this and mean it. Okay. Yeah, so someone's just like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to discuss this further. That's not working. Let's switch to the other form of empowerment, which is much more generous. A show, a gesture of real meaning and significance, of authentic work instead of the rejection of it. That kind of thing. So let's switch modalities here. Let's switch those energies from something that's a little hard ass. Sometimes it works, but it's not, to something softer. Okay? That's all. Who does what? I don't know. Nurture, showing more nurturing and compassion as opposed to being shut off and, like I said, strong-arming the situation. More nurturing, more compassionate, more generous, more considerate for some of you over the time of what you would call winter, okay? There might be a softening effect there around that time. Or let's just say the cold months, whatever that is to you. Again, self-worth, meaningful coincidences. Okay, so again, just for comparison, we see the sense of self-worth, empowerment. How we use empowerment is going to very much come down to how we see ourselves. If we see empowerment as just being a hard ass who says, well, I'm walking away, it don't mean shit to me, and it's clearly not true, that's anti-empowerment. That's the denial of one's skills and abilities and actual strengths. And then we have another form of empowerment, self-worth, is like, you know what, this is what I actually can do, and it feels correct to me. So therefore, this is what I should probably be doing, you know. This is a great example of how all cards in tarot have pros and cons, okay? We all have lights and darks. It all depends on what we do with our energy. I have no doubt that both of you are empowered. One of you is choosing to show empowerment by doing the opposite of it. I have nothing to contribute to this because I said so. Therefore, I won't think about it either. So this is anti-empowerment, and I know because someone's suffering from that mentality. Whereas the other one, or this could be one person who switches modes, understands what they actually can do because this is who they really are. Well, now we see productivity, something worth measuring against and aiming for. Okay. All right. We already had the indication of winter here for some of you. For some of you, simply on a Saturday. Whatever that means. People are like, why aren't you doing time checks anymore? Because people get way wrapped up into them. That's why. Tarot Online is extremely diverse. So timelines in terms of past reflections, helpful. You know, oh, this happened last February or whatever. Cool. That helps because it's already happened and we know it applies to us or it doesn't. But in the future context, oh my God, can people get so pissed? Well, I'm not waiting 3 years. Didn't tell you to. I didn't tell you to wait. The card said, if you're wondering about activity that may or may not take place, it said 3 years. I didn't advise you to wait. I would never advise anyone to wait. Sometimes things happen, when they're ready to happen, or that person, somebody, an individual, is finally ready. That's it. Okie dokie. Change, purity, gazelle. Trust the change. Trust the change. Trust the purity behind the action. Okay, the gazelle. Someone's just fast. Also, P.S. No flowers. Flowers in reverse. No softness. No sweetness. No romance. No softening. Peacock in reverse. Again, not really embracing the cloak of our natural empowerment, our own sense of wealth and can-do and generosity. No show, no lack of flowers or softness or sweetness. Where somebody might have changed, I'm not sure. A little bit of softening here. Let's see, I'm sorry. I had an impression it was like, it's not necessarily bending the knee, but, you know, the person who feels least inclined to bow their head to recognize the situation, that could do with a little bit of softening. Letters U, Z, S, P, and then we have the dragon, Aries, Leo, Sag, and again, once more, that sense of an empowerment by doing everything or doing absolutely nothing. Okay. All right. Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Gemini, please. What's going on for Gemini? Okay. It'll be your full moon before we know it. 4 of Wands, the Star, and the Page of Pentacles. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Well, 5 of Swords. We got a little headache here. 5 of Wands and the 6 of Swords, but we're leaving it behind. Yay. All right. Ace of Wands, the Tower, the High Priestess. Oh, okay. All right. We're going to give me the beef while you're at it, honey. Well, that didn't sound right, but... See, well, some of you know what I meant by that. And others, you're like, what the hell? Well, by that I mean just like the juiciness of it. It's an old expression, I suppose. I don't know if people know what it is anymore. Anyway, I'll shut up. 4 of Wands, the Star, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, I got some sort of relationship here that you say is important to you. And you would like to put something into it. I don't think you're trying to put minimal into it. No, you're saying you want to put something into it. You didn't show me what kind of relationship it was. 4 of Wands, once more, is defined by 2 people. I don't know what the label is. It's completely up to how those 2 people build into it. There you go. So that's the 4 of Wands for you. Some sort of relationship. The Star. You desire it a great deal. You hope for it. You know, you pull towards it. But Page of Pentacles, I want to give something to it. I want to work on it. I want to put something of myself into it. I want to connect to it in some way. Something like this. But you spent a lot, despite its importance to you, and you're saying, I would like to give something of myself to it. Yes, please. It may not be a lot, but I would like to do something. Okay. It's interesting when people show me large concepts like that and then very little activation around it or able to give little to it. So this suggests you haven't been able to and you'd like to. It's just getting started. Or you really, really want this relationship, but you want to put minimal into it. I've kind of dismissed that because I don't... It's like saying, yes, I want a relationship, but I want to put almost nothing into it. That would be awesome. So no, I've already ruled that out because I don't think you're a Gemini who's like that. I think this means a lot to you and you'd like to have the opportunity, like I said, to contribute something to this, to put yourself forward in a way. You'd like to And we'll talk about why. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 6 of Swords. You've spent a lot of time talking yourself out of doing it. Like, what self-sabotage here, Christina? Oh, man, did you put yourself through an absolute gauntlet of mental activity? 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. And it was immediate. I don't think you're an outstanding Gemini who has this issue, but when it comes to this particular question of, I would like to put myself into this, it would mean a lot to me, and hopefully whatever it is responds back and we'll build into it likewise. No, it's about this particular topic. I know it is. And man, have you been mean to yourself? 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. I mean, every time you think about it, you beat yourself up for it. It's self-sabotage, honey. The only reason you haven't put anything towards it, even a little Page of Pentacles, is because you have been busy whooping your own ass, not allowing yourself to do it. I mean, 5, ow, 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 ouch. Owie, that was an internal dialogue, honey. Sometimes it's external. That was internal, 1,000%. Like, you're like, what is even, it's, you're at that point now where you're asking me, I don't even know what self-sabotage is anymore. Is it me wanting to put something into this? Is that self-sabotage? Or me talking myself out of it? Is that self-sabotage? Where does one end and begin? And you kind of went back on a loop many times over. I mean, you've been hurting yourself. So I don't know at what point you generated your 6 of Swords. Like, I gotta stop doing that. I don't know at what point you activated that thought, the inclination. I gotta leave that behind. I don't know when, but bless you, you're learning to stop defeating yourself. Okay. So 8 of Wands, the Tower. Now, there's some sort of communication here that blew up and really made you change the way you think. Or rather, not change it, but question. That's better. That's what I'm saying. There's some sort of communication here that blew up, a dialogue that influenced you intensely, and it made you question your mind heavily about, why am I thinking this? Why do I want to do this? And it's like, I can't trust myself. Am I listening to myself? Or is this me screwing up? Like I said, you've been very difficult or hard on yourself. But I can kind of see why. There's some sort of communication here that occurred that really made you blow up the way you think about yourself, how you talk, when you talk, what you say, how you deliver it, when you deliver it. I mean, like I said, it's pretty intense in there. And if I stretch this out and if I really clarified this to death, I could backtrack it. I could see what words exactly were said that made you change the way you perceive yourself and how you communicate, and now you don't know if you can trust yourself. So I'm glad to see, even though it was hard for you, to leave this kind of, this argument in your own mind behind. I'm glad you're able to do that. It wasn't for naught. It was not for naught, I promise. Your intuitive self is coming out, and now you're just starting to listen to more to what you feel, as opposed to any dialogue that may or may not have been correct as you see it or someone else saw it. Just, I don't know what that Tower moment represented, but I do know ultimately it served its purpose. You're going to listen to yourself now more intuitively, as opposed to any words or old dialogues that may or may not have been a good representation of you. Okay, so in a way, as difficult as this was, and as painful as it was up here, you're now in a better position to listen to yourself. It's not just about what they or the situation said to you. It made you rightfully question your process anyway. You will learn to trust your mind again, but for now, listen to yourself intuitively. Because what you're feeling intuitively is instinctually correct. Okay? So I don't know what that was, but it's not without merit, you know? It helped generate the necessary activity for you to listen to yourself today. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm saying the way you beat yourself up about being right or wrong, and what does all this mean, and what have I said, and how have I said it, and was I right? Can I trust myself now? Can I even trust myself what I said 5 years ago? All that. Okay, once that calms down and we can start to leave that behind, what are we left with? Our sense of feeling. What you will do next, I don't know. I'm terribly curious. Let's see if we can get some advice for you, because your opening inclination was sweet, it's tentative. But it was pretty darn solid. It was pretty darn solid. It's something that you haven't done yet, and I know you want to. I know you do. I can see it. It's really honest, too. You know, but you spent so much time talking yourself out of it and then wondering if that was self-sabotage or you listening to yourself back there. Was that self-sabotage? I mean, you question yourself heavily. If it feels correct to you, like I said, from your heart, and you can honestly say it's a clean feeling, not what your thoughts are. You're aware of your thoughts and how they're kind of a jumble right now. But if you can honestly say, this is what I'm feeling and it's a clean feeling for me, it's legit. I can see myself doing this and I know it feels right, then you're correct. Not breaking down like the chessboard, okay, of I said and behaviors and this is what I meant and this is how I sidestepped it and then this is how I talk. Okay, let's stop doing that. Your mind is a chess right now. And don't get me wrong, honey, I respect a good game of chess. But right now you have no clear winner or loser up there. So listen to that, okay? You'll get your, don't worry. You trusting your mind, that will get back into a good place. I know. 2 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Death. Okay. That's very distinct. Very distinct. It's almost a little too specific. Death, the Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Cups. After an ending occurred, time has passed. There's been much reflection about an emotional union that stands true to this day. Why is it we can appreciate our feelings for it after the ending has occurred and that torments somebody? Okay. Like I said, that's very specific. How is it the feelings are true today after the ending and we can look back on that now? We feel it as being more true than it was back then. King of Cups, 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Take confidence in the heart. Someone's heart space is very strong and remains as such. Someone takes a great deal of emotional strength and pride in their 10 of Pentacles, their environment, yours, theirs. Perhaps you two are very familiar with each other's environments. You share a like-minded community or hive mind, possibly. Resources, connectivity. Perhaps you two have a lot in common. But someone here is very emotionally stable. Whomever this is, they have not changed. They're a bit cheeky, I grant you, with the 6 of Wands, but there is a sense of emotional confidence as well as stability attached to one person here, and it shows. All they're saying to me is that they have not changed. Okay? That they know their heart, or that their heart has not changed. It's as strong as it ever was, and it's as founded as it ever was, and it's emotional loyalty, emotional stability. Maybe have a touch of flair, but associated with some success in some way. Whatever they're saying, Scorpio, okay, well, I can see why. That's both of those are technically Scorpio. We're also in Scorpio season. So for some of you, this might be an anniversary marker for some of you at this time of year that evokes this kind of old thought or memory. Some of you might have some very prominent Scorpio in your chart, okay? But the love union is felt now after the ending, but someone remains the same in terms of their outlook, their feeling, this kind of thing. Wow. Okay. That might be confirmation for some of you. I can see where some of you are very frustrated with this reading about whether or not you just want to know if you can trust your mind. Once more, we've already concluded, and the Gemini I'm looking at, you have, or you're about to, that we need to leave this conflicting thoughts behind because we have no mental resolution, and I can tell that you want mental resolution, but you're going to conclude for yourself that the words bare minimum had impact. So all we can do is trust our feeling. I agree. I completely agree. And love yourself more, for goodness sake. Yes, please do. Please, yes, love yourself more. Self-love is going to tell you about whether or not this is correct. Stuck, we feel like we've been stuck in our spiritual awakening. We're going to get unstuck from that, I promise. Love yourself more, listen to yourself more. You will have the answers you need, okay? Okay, we're going to move over to time checks. This is the part where people either love it or absolutely hate it. It's one of the reasons why I'm very reserved with time checks. It can drive people absolutely crazy. For some of you, within a month. That does not necessarily mean you mean in 30 days. Another reason I hate time checks. Within a month. Within a month. It could be tomorrow or within what we would call a calendar month. Okay, good. I didn't know how far out this was going to be. I'm just happy to see that we have a little bit more resolution than I had thought. For some of you now, while we're in autumn, or for others of you, as you understand autumn to take place in your part of the world. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. I just heard a whisper. Let's do the coffee cup. For some of you, the heart stays the same. They keep emphasizing this. Okay. Oh, everybody's getting blessed. Why not? It's a beautiful day, so let's fuck it up with a bunch of noise and yard work that's barely existent. Cat, jealousy, gossip. Try not to listen to that. The venomous thoughts. Anything that could be a negative influence to you, including yourself. So I can see where you've had a lot of conflict about what is self-sabotage and can you even trust yourself anymore in your head. That could be part of it. That's the jealousy and or gossip you might be hearing in your head or from others who might be envious of you and the fact that you might have a situation that you could, I don't know. Try not to listen to it. Okay. This takes away from the intuitive state. Ocean, no distance. It's in reverse. Ocean's in reverse. There's no distance between you and this person. Like I said, you might share a common community, sharing environment, something like this. No journeys, no distances to cross. Close proximity. Not an old woman. Someone who is distinctly not an old woman. This person then could be a younger female compared to yourself. You could be a younger female in this respect. But someone who is the opposite of sad. Someone who is the opposite of feeling alone, someone who is the opposite of cold. In other words, open, vivacious, bright. Someone who is not idle, someone who does not just stand by waiting. They participate in life. They have a lot going for them, a sense of fulfillment. Like I said, the opposite of all the features we see here. And possibly, like I said, someone who could be younger than you or you are younger than them and identify as female, but not an older female. Something like that. Okay? All right. We have, okay, the spatula came out as well. Someone likes to cook, profession, hobby, this kind of thing. Could be cooking now. We have the Pegasus in reverse. Currently, no, we don't feel like we can take off and have flight and freedom towards this. We don't feel like we can pursue it just yet, okay? We have the letters A and we have the letter I. That's funny. A-I. I-A, A-I. All right. Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Libra? Show me Libra. Show me Libra. Cinnamon's just looking so peaceful. She had a big old bath, the works, nails, the Furminator, the whole thing. And even though she hates bath time, the next day, chill. Just so chill. You know that feeling where you're just clean and it just feels so good? Every time her response is always the same. So at the time she hates it, the next day, oh my gosh, she's relaxed. She's so happy. She's having a nice little nap and she's smiling while she's napping. It's so sweet. Anyway, what's going on with you? King of Pentacles, the World, the Knight of Pentacles. What you doing? Well, perhaps you show me. Three of Cups and the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. You know, I shuffled these up quite a bit. We had some similar energies a little bit with Gemini. Not the same, no. Not quite the same. Let's keep on. I'm very curious about your opening. Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Tower. Whoa! Okay, massive insights. The opposite of mental stagnation and stuckness. Okay, right on, man. King of Pentacles, or woman, whatever. King of Pentacles, the World, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we're giving something up. I don't know what it is, but practically speaking, you have made a practical choice to kind of, I right now, my first thought is you're kind of nudging out of your comfort zone a little bit. I'm not saying you're giving up your house, although you could be if you're relocating or you sold properties. It's earthbound. It's very earthbound. I'm not saying you're letting go of any element of self-worth. No, no, no. You're like, okay, you've made a decision that's grounded and it's coming from a place of comfort. So I don't actually see you resigning a sense of home base. No, no, no. It doesn't feel like that. If you are moving, relocating, cool. Congratulations to you. What you are showing me is that you have decided to step outside your comfort zone just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to stop doing what I would typically do long enough to put some energy out in a particular direction. And you're going to take your time with it. You've been leading up to this. Knight of Pentacles has been a very slow thing for you to kind of comfortably exercise getting out of your comfort zone, whatever that means to you, because it has a purpose here. So you're saying, I'm going to discontinue some activity long enough to generate opening another door. So like I said, it looks like you're comfortably leaving your comfort zone in some way. That's small. It's nothing crazy. But you're going to exercise some power from a place of comfort. So I don't actually see you relinquishing too much other than how you might temporarily suspend other activities for which you might spend time, energy, and effort to do something else. Now, what is that? 3 Cups, 4 of Wands, the Hierophant. You're saying, I want to spend more time developing this relationship. Now, I don't know what it is to you. The Hierophant is here with the 4 of Wands, so that can very strongly speak to marriage. The 3 of Cups suggests social emotional activity that's joyous and light and fairly easy to connect to. So however you want to define that relationship, once more, the 4 of Wands is how 2 people define it. I just know that bare minimum, I see you standing next to this spiritually, and it feels good. You like it. You like standing next to this. You like connecting to this. So it's looking like we stopped some activity long enough to generate something over here that you're like, I like this, and I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad I chose it, and I'm glad I showed up to it. It suits you very, very well. It really does. I like how you react to it. It feels so good. I see someone responding and standing next to you, and they're glad that they're connecting to you as well. I mean, it feels light. It feels lovely. But the reaction someone has is like, I'm so glad I showed up to this. I knew it was going to feel good. I knew. I just knew. I knew. So I don't know what that relationship is to you. It's just your reaction to it suggests, I made a good choice. I stand by that. I stand by this choice. I like that. I don't know what it is you had to stop long enough and drop for to kind of slowly get back over here to where it is. I just like the way it suits you, the reaction to it. And someone's connecting to you and they feel good connecting to you. That's all I got. 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords, the Tower. Whoa. Ho. That's a lot of mental obliteration there. Like a lot of it. But it's good though. 8 and 9 of Swords. Those are the worst neighbors. Because they don't allow us to do nothing. They shut everything down. Between the hyper anxiety, the hyper frustration, the hyper overthinking, the whirlwind of bullshit negative thoughts that just repeat. One's already bad. Never mind both of them like that. Not much room to mentally relax there. And the Tower's like, that's going to go away now. So whatever that is that you're connecting to completely obliterates any sense of frustration, anxiety after you connect to it. It's like, what was I worried about? Like that, the mental drop off. You see that? Like, okay. You ever drop a bunch of kids off at the pool and you're like, whew, that's somebody else's problem for the next hour. Now, that's how things used to happen in the 80s and the 90s. I don't know if that happens anymore. With the older kids, yeah, you can do that. But it's like that. So that's like the equivalent of dropping a bunch of, 16 or 17-year-olds off at the pool. And like, that's the lifeguard's problem for the next hour. That's what you did, but with like the thoughts equivalent. Except it seems to be gone. Whatever it is that you were fussing over, whatever it is you were super anxious over, and I'm talking to the point of night sweats and feeling like you're going to throw up, okay? Like that's how bad it was. Gone. Just gone. Whatever the concerns were, whatever the freakouts were, that was all up here. You may have been cool as a cucumber on the outside, but on the inside, a whirlwind of anxious thoughts and knots. Gone. Just gone. When you connect to this, it just feels right. I don't know, but you connecting to this and standing by it, it gave you what you needed to let this go. It was much easier than we had thought. Not easy, but somehow this helps to completely obliterate any of the negative thoughts. So there must have been a dialogue, an exchange that occurred that allowed us to let this go. So that's pretty darn good. That's a healthy thing in my book. So, of course, obviously, I'm going to encourage you to connect to this, and I'm glad it made you feel so good. And I'm glad that you were able to put down something long enough to engage with this, because it clearly is what you needed. I don't know what it is you stopped doing, but it was long enough for you to slowly move in the direction of something that you needed, and it helped clear up a lot of strain in you. Okay? So that's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I'm all for it. That's very healthy. All right, let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Five of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Empress. Yeah, whatever this is, you connect to it. Someone gives you direct insight or influence that says perspective. You can put your thoughts down now. Perspective. Here's some happy, healthy dialogue. Let me help nullify your worries. Let me help take away those arguments that are in your head, and they help straighten the picture for you. That's all I see it. It's like, no, these thoughts, these fears I've been having, they weren't necessary. It's good. Oh, thank God. It's like the energy comes down. It comes down. Okay. So whatever this is, yes, I'm going to strongly encourage you to connect with this, because it brings the frustration, the anxieties way down. Okay. It gave you much needed perspective and or insight. It's almost like saying, Libra, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's going to be fine. But the sigh in you is huge. The sigh of relief in you is huge. Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Eight of Wands. Go! What you doing? Why are you watching me? Go. Bzzz. Go. Do you remember that from The Fifth Element? I love that. I don't know why, but the sound his character makes plus the hand gesture is everything. It's everything. I love it. I love it. I will never stop referencing it. It gives me a little moment of joy. I don't know why. But whoever they are. Okay. They show up with their own free independent will too, as one should, particularly in these strong connections such as the Lovers. We will be talking to this person, Eight of Wands. It's beautiful. They're independent. They stand on their own 2 feet. So in their own way, Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant aren't too far apart in that respect of, I stand up for what I believe in, and this is why I'm here. It's like, don't expect anything less from me, and just like the samesies. Okay. So the Lovers, Eight of Wands is beautiful. Whoever this is, they give you the insight you need. The fears come down. So, okay. I'm not saying it was for naught. Those 8 and 9 of Swords, it's not a coincidence. Obviously, those had time to build up like plaque. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. It's okay. Even the scariest of plaque, honey. Okay? It can be taken down, eliminated, getting rid of. All right. All right, here we go. The feminine, the intuitive self, the intuitive state, someone who is just in physical appearance alone, has very striking features, striking eyes, or strongly intuitive. You or them, doesn't matter. Oh, okay. It's going to help us balance things out. It's in the reverse. Okay, karmic balance is in the reverse. It's like saying, no, there's nothing to owe. There's nothing owed. There's no punishment. There's nothing to owe. I don't know how else that's supposed to translate. Okay, but they help us see this. And there'll be a rebirth by winter. Okay, upcoming winter. Something like this. Or Scorpio energy, rebirth, transformation. We are in Scorpio season. And then we will officially be in winter season. Okay, well, for those of you, of course, in the Northern Hemispheres, people love to point that out. Okay, I'm not in your... Okay, I got it. Whenever your next winter is. Okay. Or your next transformative state. That's not just completely limited to the idea of winter. Whenever you experience the next rebirth, and transformative state is a transformative state, regardless of the time of year. Okay. Okay, in the old man on the sideways, we're not as old as we think we are. Sometimes we can slip into that. Oh, we feel older than our years. And some of you might be right in that bracket of middle age, identify as an older male, but not quite. It's like, I'm older, but I'm not that old, Christina. And I get it. Yeah, inheritance from you feel like this is your lot in life, that you have a lot to inherit. You have a lot of land to work. The Ten of Pentacles energy in terms of I'm expected to provide, I'm expected to cultivate and keep it growing, by the way. And then some of you simply just the identifying characteristics of someone who's a little middle-aged, a little bit older, male, and feeling heavily responsible, okay? That sense of responsibility, pride, wife, engagement. So here we have that kind of sense of youth, a younger female, okay? Someone who is what you might call, what you might call ripe for the pickings, if you will. I am getting that right here from that Nine of Pentacles. Someone who is independent. As you can see, they flatter each other very well. Someone who stands on their own, but is open or available, or a single individual, and someone who is, well, worth it. Okay. Something like this. All right. There might be a bit of an age difference between you two, more to the point. We have the letters L, Y, X. We have your medallion, Gemini. We have the medallion of Libra in the reverse, the keyword here being charming. Someone here might be very, very charming. And the zombie in the upright. Someone has been feeling zombie-ish. Nothing changes, stuck. Not feeling well, going through zombie-like motions or states, and that happens. We want to get out of that. That's going to help quite a bit. There's a lot of freeing energy there. So much mental relief. So much mental relief. And someone specifically had to be told there is no balance here. No one owes anybody anything. I don't see a state of imbalance. I actually see the correction of any thoughts that were negative. Okay, and snake. I don't know. I was told to pull one more, so I did. So snake, once more, a lot of tarot cards or whatever depict snake as negative. Here we see it in its positive form, also an indication of transformation as the snake sheds its skin. But here we have the element here of desire and attraction. Okay, that was equally bound to both people here. All right. But yes, it's kind of like saying the Ace of Wands. It's a little wrapped up in there with also some feminine energy here, but we have a strong sense of desire and attraction still. Okay. Okay, Libra honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus, please. What is going on for Taurus? Oh, that's you? The Hierophant, straight away. Cool. Seven of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Oh, you're not sharing your thoughts right now. That's all right. The Hermit, Page of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Interesting. You got a couple different things going on right now. And you're like, it's all my business and none of it's yours. Well, if you don't want me to look at your business, don't tune in. 'Cause you're keeping things close to yourself right now, and I understand. You're actually contemplating several things. I wish I had more time with it because you're showing me a couple elements. There you are, the Hierophant with the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. You're like, man, I would love to lean into a new beginning right now, but you're like, I don't know if I can stand beside that just yet. And here's the Hierophant. So you take new beginnings, Ace of Pentacles in particular, very, very seriously. Once more, your master symbol. So a wide variety of things can be in there. And what does that mean? New opportunity. It's the standard stuff that most people might associate it with, such as, say, a new career, to anything that says, I really want to put myself, all of myself, the best of myself into this because I want to get the best back from it. And you're like, I don't think I can stand next to that just yet. Commit to the idea of it. It's with you. It's in your mind. It's in your spirit. The Seven of Swords says, Taurus, let's look at something else first. It's interesting. It's interesting. So the idea of an actual new beginning here that's solid and real, that's what's up, right? You're like, I don't know, you personally as a Hierophant, if I can stand next to that idea and back it up right now. You're like, let's put that on hold. Let's take a look at this, you're saying. All right, cool. Seven of Wands, Two of Wands, Seven of Cups. Again, kind of like a touchy subject for you. You're showing me all the sevens, which can be like block, defensive, avoidance, and then also open. Seven of Cups is a little bit more open than the other ones are. Seven of Wands, Two of Wands, Seven of Cups, but still kind of a touchy subject for you. You're like, I don't really want to discuss it, but I am thinking about it. I'm feeling about it. But you're not necessarily once more acting on it. Kind of like this idea of a new beginning. There's something here that kind of hits your emotional radar too as a possibility. And you're like, maybe I want to open up and explore things emotionally. Maybe I don't. It's kind of like, so I'm like, what do you want to do, Taurus? You're like, that's what I'm trying to figure out for myself, Christina. So I kind of see you not standing by, fully on board with a new beginning. My. I thought we were done. Apparently, we're just getting started. Let me tell you, it's busy. I think I was saying in Leo's message, I'm surprised, honestly, there isn't more noise because I got 3 houses just on my street today that are like roof, fence, lawnmower, and I thought we were done with the lawn, and now apparently there's a part 2 because that just came roaring into life. Good night. Hopefully you don't hear too much of it. And if so, then just let it lend to your reading, I suppose. Seven of Wands, Two of Wands, the Seven of Cups. You're like, I might be open to exploration. I might be not. You're still making up your mind on the subject with the Two of Wands, so it's interesting. It's kind of like saying before I can put myself forward in a way that I can stand behind, I need to know about whether or not I can be open to something at the emotional level. And you're still not decided. You're still not decided. You're contemplating it. You're a little defensive on the subject. But you are looking to you for answers. And they're coming. The Hermit, Page of Pentacles, the Lovers. You know, there's a portion of you that says, okay, deep down when I kind of consult my Taurian self, I want to invest in healing for myself, learn from this experience and or pathway that I'm on. I would like to put something of myself into a strong connection, please, the Lovers. So you have made up your mind at some point in the future. Now, what that turning point is for you, I don't know. But it's like I cannot put myself into a new beginning or offer myself fully to something until I understand my feelings on the subject. So you can see how one's kind of like in relation to the other. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're here, not once but twice. It's like I can't stand next to an action unless I know my feelings on this are solid. Okay, so that makes sense for you. And the access to it is a little difficult though. So I don't know how much space you're making for this. I just do know that at some point you find a resolution for yourself that says, I would like to lean in towards healing myself first and then towards a connection. I would like to put something of myself into it. And it's a strong one too, the Lovers is, it's spiritual, emotional, and it is showing up at some point for you in the 3D physical when you understand it's worthy of you to put something of yourself into it. So that's what this could be. You allowing yourself to go towards a new beginning, okay? But first you have to make up your emotions on the matter before you can stand beside it. And, yeah, I think that's all I'm really saying here for you today. So let's get some advice for you and see what can help put this more in motion, because I have to go back. There is sensitivity in this. 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and it's not very straightforward. That's a lot of tricky navigation, okay? So I don't know how long this process will take you, but you come to a conclusion that's comfortable for you, and that's all I care about, okay? To be honest with you, it kind of looks like you're making things a little bit hard on yourself, all right? But that could be the result of taking things super serious. I got that from South Park, and I've been using it ever since. I just like the way it hits my ear. I'm being super serial. I love it. Take a moment to laugh, yeah? All right. Yeah, and, is it returned? Is it reciprocated? My initial answer to that looks like yes. It looks like a yes to me. Once the process is started, you'll know for yourself, but I do see something joining you in the 3D. Yeah, I mean, I can only see what's here, not what isn't. So it does show up. Let's get some advice, please. But I like the Hermit behind it, so I trust it. It's one of my favorite energies. Okay, you might have some Virgo in your chart, but it's that sense of I need to trust myself and my experience, and I need to trust that I want to put something of myself into this to heal for me, first and foremost. Yes, I completely agree. And then also this connection that calls to you. And it's beautiful. But you are taking it very seriously. All right, let's get some advice, please, for choice. Three of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Queen of Swords. There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the more simplified process of everything I've been saying here today. Yay. Like I said, I see that you're taking it serious, but it also feels like there's blocks, uncertainty. When we get to the point of it, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Look, once you and this person make up your mind, you both tend to meet in the same space of I'm here because I choose to be, and let's see what we can put together in a way that's celebratory, respectful of each other, and also determined focus, okay? In other words, I'm choosing it, so were they. That's what I said. I do see someone joining you in that space, and it's fair. It's fair. It's even. 3 and the 3. It's harmonious, it's simple, and it's a 3 of Pentacles. We can absolutely start there in a way that's celebratory and light, refreshing, engaging. Just be determined to meet in that space. And it seems like someone shares the similar value, okay? It doesn't look too complicated, but this is how we start. Let's uncomplicate it. It's really straightforward. Manage the expectations. Start here, the both of you. You'll be fine. You're going to be fine. But yeah, we're talking about basic contribution here. First and foremost, a good feeling, and then in a practical, environmental way. You know, I put down so much, you put some down. And then it's also informatic as well with the Queen of Swords. So there's some good discussion in there. 2 of Swords, what about it? The 2 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. See, a lot of, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to pick on you. It's just that's what I got on that top line as well. A lot of this is unnecessary confusion. You know, and I'm not trying to pick on you. It's just unnecessary. Do you see how unnecessary that is? Very little insight produces very little results. We're overthinking it, or then we're undervaluing it. Particularly that delay, that should I, what should I put into this? We're overthinking it or underthinking it. It really seems to be straightforward. Someone either wants to connect to you fairly and equally in the same space and is able to give as much right here at a good starting point. And that's a good starting point right there. Or they can't, or they won't. And I think this is what you've been caught up on, is delayed, and that's overly delayed, okay? Overly confused about what to do. The bigger part of you already knows. Start small. And only if it's good for you, okay? I can see the motivation and why you're thinking about it at all. Anything like that's going to be a very strong motivation, my friend, okay? And how it plays out in reality is actually quite manageable, assuming we don't overthink it to the point of delay, or we kill the idea altogether. So yeah, that's where it could be, and that's where it's coming from. I said it was a little overly thought of. And yeah, it's probably a sensitive subject, I understand. But all the more reason why it's worthy of you, okay? Ooh. Sharp. Oh. Well, I'm going to have to fix that. Okay. The Divine Feminine. There's a lesson in here about avoidance. Oh, okay. Well, we have Divine Feminine. Whether or not you believe in that, that's fine. Doesn't matter. It's just the idea is that somebody here is the feminine, and there is that sense of intuition built into them, the sense of the equal. This is someone of importance. Okay, the Divine Feminine. And we have a lesson here about avoidance, and that avoidance gets us avoidance. Or that the lesson being the more we act like we can't see, the less and less we receive. Okay, and that's what this is. It's kind of a short-sighted influence, overthinking something to death. We have a lesson in this to not keep doing that. Just put forward what feels right and simple, because it is. It'll be a good representation of you. But putting things off just will not do, and it does not make things weaken with time either. No, it just draws the lesson out more and more. So some of you have lessons about avoidance is not an answer. Okay, you want something, consolidate yourself towards it, work through it, as I saw you do on the top line. It just was taking a while to get to it. Okay, you know, stop pretending that we can't see. You can see. All right, once more, not picking on you. It's just that's what's here today, guys. Okay, all right. Peacock. Okay, peacock, there's a sense of wealth, display, kind of like a grandiosity. Talk about display. Someone is showing off their equipment. Okay. I think someone's got a new yard toy. And I think I know who it is too. That's why I'm chuckling. Okay. Anyway, peacock. Yeah, it could be the association of the peacock first, but again, that sense of show, that display of feathers, beauty, pride, and someone might be associated with wealth as well as having children. There's also the word here being pregnancy, but also that sense of wealth, fullness of wealth, that kind of thing. A lot going for somebody. Let's say the triangles on the side, choices, indecision. To remember, we must remember to not choose is still a choice. Indecision is in fact a choice. Okay, so the more we delay, the more we act like we don't know or that we don't want, the more we just recreate of the same, more of the same. You're bigger than that, you're better than that, and you know yourself better than this. Okay. And then the old man, there you go. For some of you, this simply meets the demographics of the card. Some of you are middle-aged, perhaps older. You might identify as being male, the inheritor, or the person who is responsible for the estate, if you will, so heavily associated with responsibility, inheritance, legacy, foundation energy, then male. Okay, and then for some of you, fireflies. That's uniquely depicted here. Okay, all right. Let's see. Charms. Yes, of course. I heard you. We have the letter F, and that's it. We have one medallion here today. That is of Sagittarius. Perhaps some of you have Sag in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the goldfish of Pisces in the upright. Good. Yay. Emotional harmony. Harmonized, I believe, between you and this person. Specifically what you feel within yourself first. And then we have the great white shark of Scorpio in the upright. We feel like we can pursue this, or it's simply an indication now while we are in Scorpio season. Yes? Okay. Time checks. Do I need to do time checks? Well, maybe. And people ask for them. And they're not always happy with what they get. So let's keep in mind, tarot does not dictate action. You do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. The more you know that you want this, the easier it gets. For some of you, last summer was important. This upcoming summer. Okay? Yeah, I mean, the more that you know that this is correct for you, the more indeed you will allow yourself to connect to it. And that's how it works. And for others of you, within 18 months, ooh, I just pissed off a cross watcher somewhere. Well, that's what it is. When people ask for time checks, sometimes it's right around the corner, and that's if you choose it, because that's correct for you. Or for others of you, it's exactly as it says. Summer, 18 months, within 18 months. That could be 5 months. That could be 17 months. Maybe the number 18 for some of you is important. I don't know. Okay. Regardless, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Virgo. You will have to excuse the background noise. Your message, like Taurus, has been blessed with Our Lady Perpetual Lawn Care. You know, and for those folks who ask, why don't I just wait? Because I don't know how long I'll have to wait. That's why, especially when it's in the neighborhood, there's a good chance that if one person's getting their lawn done, somebody else is too. My point is, I got to record when I got to record, okay? That's just how it is. We just got to keep on keeping on. Hopefully it's not too obnoxious, but can't say it's not there. What's going on? Let's see, Virgo. Let's see, Virgo, please. Okay. Frankly, I'm surprised it's not more noise, to be honest with you. Goodness me. Lots of folks are getting things done right now. And that's a good feeling. I got my own stuff, trust me, to do, slated for the house. Oh my gosh. King of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, Deep contemplation, feelings, thoughts on our feelings, Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Devil. We're overthinking it now. We opened up with some lovely contemplation, and now it's getting to the point where it's getting warped in our head, and that's not good. Okay, we can pull it back. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Four of Wands. Yeah, gosh, I want you to believe in this. Gosh, you are really trying to talk yourself out of something, and the more you head down that road, it started off with being open-hearted and open-minded. Beautiful. Okay, I could say these are two people. I'm not saying it that way. I'm saying a combined effort from feeling and mind. Together, they're trying to work in unison, okay, which is good. One's intuitive, one's logic and reasoning, and those two should absolutely work together. And so that's how you opened up with, too. So you have been quietly contemplating something in your heart and in your mind for a while. For a darn while with the Seven of Cups, and you've been trying to keep open towards it, and I have no doubt you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot in your mind, you've learned a lot in your heart, particularly in respect to your feelings and what do you think about your feelings, and you started off well on that journey. Something here, like I said, deep contemplation. But now it's getting to the point, Knight of Pentacles, so much time is stretched out under such deep contemplation that it's actually going into a negative space now. Five of Swords, the Devil. This, we went from this, we're trying to be open, we're trying to understand our thoughts and feelings, to now we're telling ourselves to believe something. So this is what happens when we start to overly contemplate and we don't start putting what we think and feel into practice. Now we're starting to saturate in a different direction. Knight of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Devil. We've had so much time going so slow that now we're at that point where I tell people to stop doing this as soon as you start to experience it. And that is, I'm forcing myself to believe in one thing over and over again because I need it to suit the situation or because I'm trying to force myself into a particular conclusion. So whenever we're trying to force ourselves to think one direction and conclude on it, feel one direction and conclude on it and say, that's it, I know it's it, I know it's it, I know it. Well, the more you have to convince yourself, that's the Five of Swords. Okay, so the more you have to convince yourself, the opposite tends to be true. You started out so lovely right here. And I know you had some real authentic, good, deep thoughts and real authentic, good, deep feelings. But at some point, Knights of Pentacles, it was such a stretched out journey that now your mind's like, well, no, now here's the conclusion. Here's the conclusion, and this is how it has to be, and this is how it is, this is how it is. So the more again you have to tell yourself something over and over again is true, then it's usually false. Okay? So I don't know what happened. You started out so well in being open, open-minded, open-hearted. But something here got stretched out, and whatever it is you were thinking or feeling, I don't think it had room to practice. You kept it all up here or in here. And so your direction started to shift into a place of negativity. I don't know if you just wanted to be done thinking your thoughts or feeling your feelings. And so you just decided to be like, well, here's the answer now. And it's not working. Because it grates on you. It grates on you, and it grates on you in all the wrong ways. You're trying to force yourself to adopt a conclusion that simply isn't yours. And now it's become patternized, okay? And it makes you feel kind of sick the more you try to force yourself to believe something here. And it doesn't suit. It does not suit. Whatever this conclusion is, it's wrong. And the fact that you keep trying to force feed it to yourself is not going to make you feel good. It's almost like you're saying, I refuse to believe what could be in future. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands. What's wrong with that? Why don't you believe in that? Why won't you allow yourself to believe in that? There's something here that very strongly poses itself as a fresh, strong, loving beginning in some sort of relationship. And you're like, I don't believe that. That's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. First, you were open to it. You poked it and you prodded it, but in all the right ways. And it was respectful. You had some good thoughts. You had some good feelings about it, too. But it slowly started to shift and warp into something negative, contrary. Like you don't want to allow yourself to believe in that. Why? What's wrong with an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Cups and a Four of Wands? I can only see what's here, not what isn't. So it tells me it's actually possible. Why you keep trying to tell yourself it ain't? Why is a new beginning in some sort of relationship, how two people define it, the freshness of it, specifically the freshness of love and the freshness of passion. Like, well, that's just not possible. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And I concluded it, and that's it. I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of thinking about the possibilities. I don't want to be open to it anymore. Just shut it down. God, have an answer and stick to it, Virgo. Jeez. Okay. If it was the correct answer, it wouldn't feel so bad. It's not the correct answer. Now, either a new beginning and a brand new, fresh relationship, or either a fresh start and some sort of relationship construct for which you are familiar with. Let's get some advice, please. But you're like, I can't believe, otherwise it's bullshit. I'm not going to do it. Okay, fine. If it's a bad job, it's a bad job. Don't worry about it. It doesn't apply to you. I'm talking to the Virgo who's like, this isn't possible. It's not possible. It's not possible to believe. But you came from such a lovely space that says maybe it could. I see your original train of thought. I see your original train of feeling. The Virgo back here actually saw it originally as a positive idea, a conceivable one. Thing is, if you were right, why do you have to force yourself to believe it? I'm talking, if it was a bad situation or a bad person, or if they were abusive or toxic, then this would be a non-issue. You really wouldn't have to do any of this. You would just know. I would have saw the world for this. I would have saw death for it. I would have saw something that was horrible, angry, combative. Not an Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and a Four of Wands. No, I don't know what this is, but it's like you either A, are trying to tell yourself new beginnings in a relationship just aren't possible. They're full of shit. It's fairy tale stuff. Or a refreshed, strong emotional approach to a pre-existing construct. Either way, you're like, no. Stupid. No. Okay. Ten of Swords, Three of Cups, the Hanged Man. That's why. We've been trying to get a lot of perspective about possibly reconnecting to something that was painful to us. Ten of Swords. So we've been pausing, we've been delaying. At first we were open to it. We felt that maybe we could. We thought we could. It had positive notes in it that were real and honest. Okay, I admit you didn't have any hard answers back here, but at some point we didn't allow ourselves to. We just kept going. Until the thought started to bend and twist. Someone keeps sticking you in the brain. It's a lie. We got a lot of perspective. A Three of Cups type situation. Perhaps it ended once upon a time. Perhaps it's been in a transformative state. But we didn't allow our positivity to practice itself. Not that I saw. Let's get some more advice, please. There's that World. Now, show me. Ten of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. We're afraid that our world will destabilize. We're afraid of instability. We're afraid of something rocking the boat here. The World, Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. It's not a truth. It's just a fear. You're guarding against it. We're guarding against our world changing. Our sense of stability. Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, Three of Wands. Someone here is waiting for the other person to come on through. Is that you? Are you hoping that they'll come towards you and that you won't have to change anything? It's okay. We can have an honest conversation. Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, Three of Wands. Yeah, someone's expecting the other person to come crashing through for this relationship. They don't have to. They don't have to change. I mean, there wouldn't be much of a point for this person to come crashing through if you're afraid of your world changing anyway. You were hurt by this, whatever it was. And while you have tried to remain positive towards it, and perhaps even once upon a time humored an idea of fixing it, we started to bend our thoughts in the negative and say it has to stay that way. And yet, a proper refreshing of this relationship is possible, of the love and of passion. We kind of hope the other person will come crashing in for us, because we're afraid that our world might change if we do anything else. Okay. Again, even if this person, whomever this is, I don't care. Whoever this faceless person is to me, even if they came crashing back in, okay, would you give them any more allowance into your world? You're saying you're very guarded and protective of it. So you opening up towards it, would it be an admission on your part then that you'd be open to change? That you'd be open to some influence? It's interesting. I don't know. Is the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and a Four of Wands with this person? Is that enough for you to want change in your real world? Allow them room for you? Allow you to have room in their life? Interesting. What you will do, I don't know. You have so much heavy thought about how you shouldn't or shouldn't hope for it specifically. Ghosted. Did we ghost the situation or we try to avoid it? Hot and cold. Yeah, I see that. Where you were warm towards it, sometimes you're cold towards it. You go back and forth on this one. Abundance, busy and distracted, family concerns. So we keep ourselves constantly engaged with this idea of busy and distractedness and work and family. That way we kind of have an opt-out clause. And it's kind of no wonder it's been stretched out like taffy. Okay. Once more, I just want to remind folks I'm not picking on you. I just want to understand. Okay, we started out well enough and healthily enough about the possibilities, and it was positive. But at some point, we kind of talked ourselves out of it and said it would be best if they came to me, you know. But honey, even if they did, I see you not willing to change. If you're not willing to open up on your own behalf to accommodate change for something that might be prosperous for you, it would still be the same if they approached you. You know, I say a lot. I'm not willing to change, but I do expect good results, and that usually doesn't work. Okay, you have to understand if this is worth it to you, because you started off with an understanding that it could be. So we ghost the subject because we go back and forth on it. We're hot and cold. You'll be entering another warm phase in this soon, where you feel the possibility again, and you're going to go back to square one. I just know this, waiting for whomever this is to come kind of crashing in will get you no better results either. Once more, I'm not picking on you. I just want to understand. It's either yours or it's not. So if it's not, I understand. Cool. Check out your other placements. Okay. But this is why I tell people to not wait. And if something's right for us, we need to understand it, speak to it, act towards it. But then waiting for the universe to hand it to us so then we can figure it out after the fact, well, that never goes down well either. You know, it never goes down. That's why all we can do is be our own advocate and understand. Yes, the only thing I want for you though, honey, aside from whatever this is or isn't, is for you to stop telling yourself it ain't shit. Because whatever that is, that particular lie is just wearing on you. It's wearing on you mentally and spiritually. You would still have something for this. A bear, strength, resourceful. I have no doubt. Many of you are resourceful. That showed many oracles too. We keep ourselves very distracted, busy with our sense of work and family. I understand. And bear, and some of you might have the temper too. You lose patience with yourself over this particular subject, and you're just like, if it's just a matter of willpower, because what is the bear, right? Nothing but strength. Willpower, there you go. This is what we're doing. I said so. I declared it as such. So this is the mode. I know. There's more to it than that. I know you're strong. I know you're resourceful. But keep in mind those same skills, you can use them against yourself too. I see you being strong-minded in a direction that does not suit you. And it's gonna hurt you to keep thinking that way. The mountain, challenges, achievements, it's so strong. Everything's a challenge. Everything's a test. Everything's a something, right? Look at those two. With pros, we have cons. The stronger you are, the more you're used to climbing those mountains, the more you understand how you can use that against you if you're so inclined. I think you're being very strong and hard on yourself over a subject that you wish to very much be the opposite with. My 2 cents from your anti-sassy. A snake, yeah, I know. So a snake in this deck is actually positive, not a negative. It's the representation of desire, attraction, as well as love. We have the snake wrapped around tightly this woman, and the snake, of course, once more represents transformation, but also the loyalty that we still have. That sense of this still pulls me in, and I would still wrap myself around this if I could. Okay, all right. I have no answers for you, honey. All except. Stop forcing yourself in this negative direction of thinking. It does not suit you. In fact, it hurts you. And stop hoping that they'll come crashing back in, because you wouldn't be prepared to receive them anyway. You have to be prepared and know that you want this. Okay? Otherwise, you'll end up rejecting them anyway. All right? Just FYI. All right. Oh, we have the letter N. Okay, and that's it. We have the medallion of Scorpio in the reverse, the keyword being passionate. One or both of you tends to be very, very passionate. And also a reflection of now, while we're in Scorpio season, excuse me. We have the seahorse of Pisces, but also that sense of very abundant emotion, but we keep it all next to us. Okay? I understand, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. The frog with a coin in its mouth, we have been very preoccupied with this sense of security and abundance. I understand. I saw that in your oracles. Like I said, the 4-leaf clover, someone here is associated with a touch of luck, or we wish we had a little bit more luck on this subject. The star, we have a lot of hope in this, a lot of attraction, a lot of desire. The hot air balloon, I see that on your opening because it's in the upright. That's when we were high in the sky and we could look down below and we could see things a little bit more clearly and feel them a little more clearly. But at some point, you touched back down to earth and said, okay, this is my conclusion, and it doesn't suit you. That's the only real piece I'm worried about. But at some point again in future, we will be feeling warm about this connection again. Well, you might feel cold towards it now. You'll be feeling warm about it again. And I want you to understand that that's not a coincidence. And it's not to hurt you. It's not to harm you. It's not to torment you. This is more the truth than what you've been telling yourself. So perhaps if we go back to the drawing board, let that be it. Okay? Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. And it sounds like all the earth signs shall be treated to the sounds of Our Lady of Perpetual Lawn Care. Oh, yeah. I was saying to someone, another sign, I think it was Taurus, it's like, it sounds like my neighbor got a new lawn toy because it is so much louder. And it just keeps going and going. So it sounds like we're trying out a new piece of fancy equipment. So there's that. What's going on? What's going on for Capricorn, please? Show me Capricorn. Show me Capricorn. Okay, the Knights of Cups, the King of Wands, Ace of Cups. Wow. Wow. Ooda lolly. Are you doing that or is someone coming towards you? I can't quite tell yet. The World, the Magician, and the Empress. Okay. Whoa. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so you're making this look easy, and I know there's several steps behind this and layers in history and past experiences. Of course, we're not doing all that, particularly your past history that led up to this point. I kind of see you're just launching me into where you are today. The Knights of Cups, King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Man, you are feeling some kind of way. It's very strong. You are ripe for love. You are ready for love. You are showing me passion. You are showing me emotional depth. You're showing me the fullness of heart and the willingness to express it. And I see you potentially exchanging that emotionality with someone. There is someone here. I can't quite see them today, but they're there. And it provokes some very strong qualities in you. It gets you thinking about love. It gets you thinking about new beginnings. And it's free. You feel free. You feel so uninhibited. I mean, you just look passionate and ready for the fullness of love. Not too long ago, and everybody's different. Everybody's built different. But not too long ago, we stopped manifesting someone who used to share, or we used to think of, I should say, the Empress status. So this is someone who's a little bit more on the VIP side. In that respect of whoever they meant to you, this is someone whom we've always defaulted to in terms of their thought, their question, their opinion, their point of reference, their sense of empowerment in our lives. We wanted that person in our life until we didn't. So you're saying the world, the magician, the Empress, you're saying I no longer summon this person and I haven't for a while. You're just like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for open heart. I'm ready to feel big feelings. I'm ready for the big passion. Let's do it. Let's bring it on. So it's kind of like you're saying I'm not generically putting this out there in a flippant way, like I'm over it. You're saying for one specific person, you no longer summon them towards you. You no longer summon them towards your side. And you no longer value their opinion or their thought or their first impression or their empowerment. Whatever it is they used to represent to you is no more. Okay. I don't know when you stopped summoning them, but you made it very clear about where you stand today. You're like, I am my own Capricorn. I'm my own free agent. I have a burning inside me that is passion, and I have a strong heart in me that suggests love, Knights of Cups, let's do this. And it's so bold, it's so declarative, and it so knows itself. And it's beautiful. It is really beautiful. This is what everybody wants to see in themselves and what they want to see in other people, and you're actually displaying that. And someone is sharing with you, and it's, I don't know how old or new it is, but you're like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. You like it a lot. But you made it very, very clear to me, I no longer summon someone. I no longer summon them by my side. Okay? 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. You're saying you're coming from a good, stable place. That you are indeed, like I said, stable. Someone who prizes a sense of community, a sense of continuity, legacy, and you very much value the connections you have with others, your network, your resources, so family, friends, career, everything, all of it. How you contribute to your community is important to you. You've made that very, very clear. You're saying you've built an empire, and you may not necessarily be wealthy, but it's in that respect of this is what I do and this is who I know. And that's a lot. That's a lot. 10 of Pentacles is quite large. And that's built with time. And 7 of Cups and being open to love. You're looking back on it, you're like, man, I should have been open to this a long time ago. And, you know, it's going to be in that respect of shoulda, coulda, woulda. When we're ready to let someone go, specifically the desire of them wanting to pull them in, when we're ready with that, it's a special sort of recognition, and that takes time, you know? Because when you get into the habit of summoning somebody and wanting them and trying to pull them in and keep them near you, you spend a lot of time doing that. It's an investment, okay? It's an investment. And so the day you recognize that you're no longer pulling on that investment anymore, it's a special day. It's a unique day. It's kind of like saying, I must be really done with them because I'm not asking them to be in my life anymore. And that's such a strong thing. It's a very strong spiritual and emotional reaction. And it, if anything, I see you recognizing this bolsters your confidence about where you are. Engaging with new love, and doesn't that feel so damn good? And it does, very much so. So I appreciate your reflection of the future. Why wasn't I open to this sooner? Because you weren't ready. That's why. You weren't ready. But just know that you're secure, and you have a lot going for you, and I see you choosing to keep your heart open to whatever this is. So if that's all you really have to reflect on is why didn't I do this sooner? You know, this feels so good, this is so great, and it's a better reflection of me. Okay. We'll take that. This was a major feat, you know, especially when we're talking about Emperor and Empress. We're used to summoning this person. We want them in our life. And then, you know, and we realize, oh no, we're not pulling on that anymore. We don't desire that anymore. It's no longer a dear universe subject. You know, keep this person in my life, please, at all costs. We're not doing that anymore. And it's not a sad thought. It's like, oh, I really am ready for new. I really am ready to share my heart with someone else. I really am ready to put my passions and share it with someone else. It's like I said, it's a special day. It is a good day. What's going on? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please, for Capricorn. Eight of Wands, Death, and the Six of Wands. Wow. I mean, there it is again, that sense of confidence. Now, I'm not saying that's an ego boost for you. I'm saying once we shut down some line of communication, action, we stopped expressing that want or desire. There it is again with the Magician. We stopped expressing to the universe what we wanted to communicate with somebody, to take action towards them or they towards us. Once that stopped, your energy shifted, or rather I should say transformed, into a completely different level or attitude of confidence. Okay. So again, everybody has ego, guys. Six of Wands, sometimes it's earned, and sometimes it's just that sense of, yeah, I want to be seen. Yeah, I want to be recognized. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm showing off a little bit. Maybe I'm being ego a little bit. Maybe I'm being a little cheeky. So sometimes it's earned and it's validated for the right ways, and then sometimes it's not validated or invalidated, or it's not true. But for you, as far as I can see, we had to transform our feeling into something else, and it feels a lot better. Okay. There's a big comparison here about what you used to communicate and value and ask for versus where you are now. And it's different. It is different. And you recognize it, like I said, and you're glad. Like I said, it's a very important day when you realize, I don't want to summon them back. I don't want them back by my side. Yeah. You're going to have a little confidence boost because you know it's true. It's not a lie. When people lie to themselves, it shows. When people understand it's the honest truth, they feel better. It's a sense of freedom, relief. Okay. Yeah. So what you're feeling then is what's correct. You know? Oh my. My neighbor really likes this new lawn toy. Like a lot. Four Cups, Knights of Pentacles, and the Moon. Took us a long time to understand our feelings of upsetness and not being on the same page, and why is that? And it took us a long time to realize not only do we not want to summon that old person's energy anymore, it hadn't made us happy in a long time either. And there's a lot of recognition in that, and like I said, a lot of freedom that's being born from it, knowing that you're free from this, specifically the desire of it. So some of you are coming from very long upheld unhappy places. So again, you're making it look easy, but that doesn't mean it was. There's a lot of background work to this. Okay? It's all right. It's all right. It was so slow, though. Some of you you had no clue about the other side of things. And now that you're kind of on the other side of things, there's that breath of fresh air, like, oh, man. Like I said, why wasn't I open to this sooner? Hey. When you're ready to stop summoning someone, you will. How do you know manifestation works? You two stay in each other's lives. That's it. You cannot manifest anyone against their will. I wish people would understand that. When it comes to matters of the heart, you just can't. It can only manifest you back if you two are successful at all. That means it has to want you in some way. So the fact that you were like, I'm trying to pull this person back to me or continue to have them in my life, and you weren't receiving the same effect, that's how you know it wasn't fair or reciprocated. Okay? It's not like manifesting a job, right? Some of you engaged in that self-sabotage for a long time of continuing to pull this person's energy in despite the results of them not being there. And that might have been a form of self-sabotage, yeah, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. People can get caught in that trap for a long time. Like I said, you're making this look easy. Closed off, guarded, resistant. Resistant to the truth, really. Rejection, yeah, resistance to the truth. It was rejection, it was lost, it was fragmented. We're not on the same page. You didn't share the same mutual interest in keeping this together. I got it. Can we move it forward, please? And now we have chemistry and passion with someone new. Absolutely. Okay. And listen to your intuition about the new love. See, it's all lining up. That was your opening. This is a no-go. Okay, if it was meant to be in your life, it would have stayed by your side or would have found a way to rejoin your side of its own free will. That's proper manifestation. You recognizing that and being willing to let it go, that was a whole other thing. Okay, when you continue to manifest and you're unhappy, that means it's not coming through. Not in the way that you need, therefore it's not for you. All right, there you go. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right. The crown, success, pride. Yeah, I know, I saw that for you. The day you figured that out, I bet you started to feel really good, right? The scarab in reverse. It has something here would not feed you back. Lack of nourishment and lack of transformation specifically. Okay? And then the dove, peace, and it give you pace and, and sense of serenity. Good, my goodness, my Elizabeth's just having a field day with this one. The dove, overall, just, of course, as we know, sense of peace. Yeah, I see that peace for you. And also triumph and knowing that you're moving forward. And that's such a gorgeous feeling. Okay. We have the letter L. We have the butterfly, obviously sign of transformation. We have the four-leaf clover, a touch of luck here. Absolutely. Some of you have been blessed with a little bit of luck. And then we have the goldfish of Pisces, feeling more harmonized with our emotions for starts. Okay, Cappy honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Ooh, that's nice. What's going on for Scorpio, please? Show me, Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio? There we go. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Scorpio. Is this the last round of happy birthdays? I have to look at the calendar. But we'll be switching over to Sag pretty soon. 21st, 22nd, somewhere over there. I need to check the calendar. But yeah, so I don't know if it's the last round. But just in case, happy birthday. Last round of happy birthdays. What's going on? Maybe. No? Think about it, Christina. Yours is on the 19th. It's a Tuesday. Next one, Thursday. Oh, we might be right there. Next Thursday check-in might be right on that line. Okay. Anyway, happy birthday. And that's what it's like to be me. Like I say all the time, without my calendar in front of me, helpless. Help, honey, I have too many dates in my head as it is. 10 of Cups, the Moon, and the Page of Swords. Okay. I would say, tell me how you really feel, but the Scorpio I'm looking at, you wouldn't. Queen of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and Death. Okay. Temperance, Page of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Okay. So in your opening right away, you were like, no, I'm not talking about it. Don't talk about it. Don't want to look at it. Don't bother me with this. I'm not gonna look, and you can't make me. And you switched it real fast. Now, obviously, like I was saying to Capricorn, if I had time to look at where you were coming from, your past, and then clarifiers, I would see a whole smorgasbord of activity that led up to what I'm seeing. But straight away, your beginning is like, I'm not talking about this. I'm not going to talk about it. Leave me alone. It's so much so that it's even a mystery to you. At 10 of Cups, under the Moon, and the Page of Swords, like I said, if I asked you to tell me how you really feel about it, you'd be like, no. It's not up for discussion. Not with myself, with you, or with anybody. So, yeah. There's something here in your emotional dynamic, the 10 of Cups. Now, that's the harmony. Okay? Okay. So that's not just one person. That's many a person in there. Anyone whom you say is part of your emotional support system overall comprehensively. So when you look out upon the world and you think of old so-and-so, yeah, we love this person, we support them, and ideally they do the same for us. Otherwise, what's the point of having them in our 10 of Cups? That's why I call it the emotional harmony principle. Rainbow. Everybody benefits, right? Okay. You're saying, well, for the most part, it's a good fit, but I want to talk about who isn't. Oh. You don't like to think about it, Page of Swords. You really don't. You really don't. You take it to a deep place. Someone does not fit in your 10 of Cups. You know this like deep down, but you're not trying to have that dialogue, or at least you weren't for a long time. It's really hard for you to admit it, and that's typically where we come up against Scorpio's sense of emotional loyalty. You know, we know someone doesn't fit in the 10 of Cups, or they're not harmonizing well, but we don't really want to talk about it too directly. You know, we might hold grudges. We might have a kind of attitude, but we're not ready to address it. Okay. Then we fast forward a wee bit. You're like, okay, Look, I tried to ignore it, Page of Swords, but I just can't. Queen of Swords. So what changed your mind there? I don't know. Evidence? You wanting to work through it, do better for yourself, not take things for granted, not shove things under the rug or under the moon in this respect. I don't know, but you went from, I'm not talking about it to, okay, I think I should start talking to myself about this. Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Death, there you are. And to your credit, you're trying to give or show me an amplification of knowledge. Page of Swords ain't nothing, especially under the moon. Queen of Swords has full access to this information. At Four of Pentacles, why are we refraining from this conversation, first of all? And then why are we holding on to it? So those two are absolutely going hand in hand. Why am I holding on to this? Let's take a look at that. And why haven't I given this much thought either? They both make you uncomfortable. Okay. So to your credit, you're looking at it very deeply, I would say thoroughly, soon. And this is what happens when Scorpio, we stop lying to ourselves about a construct that's not working. We start to look at it very, very closely, and then we get our power card out, and we're like, is this a transformative thing, or is this it's no longer in my life thing? Because we want to take that super serious, super serial. What's it going to be? Are we going to transform this? Is this transformable? Or should this not be in my life? And that's what we're doing. We're taking a serious look at this. Well, I see what you opted for. Once more, tarot does not dictate action, you do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm seeing but one of many potential outcomes for the Scorpio I'm looking at today. Which one you exercise is up to you, and that's if this resonates. So if it doesn't resonate at all, cool. Check your other placements. As it were, I kind of see where this Scorpio is headed. Temperance, Page of Cups, Ten of Swords. You are consolidating yourself towards ending this. Because it looks like after your investigative inquiries were done, you have concluded that you don't think this can be transformed. So that you need to start reconciling yourself, Temperance, to closing your heart on this one. Again, the physical, no. This is our emotional process first. This is very Scorpio. This is very Scorpio 101. We will shut down feelings first, sometimes, then physically take action towards something. Okay? And that's because we are heavily, heavily water. We're fixed water. We don't easily change our emotions. Okay? They don't sit there on the surface like an oil slick. They go way down. So what will happen then is when we start having serious conversations with ourselves about people in our lives, and can we get along with them ultimately? Can we be at peace with them specifically? We have a lot of evidence now that we can't ignore that that doesn't seem to be true. Then we'll do that part 2 of the conversation. Can this be transformed? Can we be changed? Can I change this? Can I change myself? Can they change? Transformation. And pending evidence of that, we'll shut something down. But it takes time. It takes time. You see how long it took you to pull that out your moon? Never mind, give it a thorough going over. This could have taken months or seasons. For some of you, years. Oh, yeah. Temperance, Page of Cups, Ten of Swords. You know in your heart, and that's what you're consolidating yourself towards, healing yourself towards, is a plausible ending with the Ten of Swords. So in your estimation, once more, going back to that particular drawing board, you did not feel ultimately that this could be transformed. Okay? All right. I'm not telling you what to do. That's what I'm seeing here. Your power card already was like flag number 1. Ten of Swords. There you go. It's funny, I usually see it in reverse. For a lot of people, Ten of Swords is the warm-up act before a death. This is our process. Transformation first, and failing that, and ending. Okay? Now, it's not always like that, but like I said, this is very classic Scorpio today. I'm looking at a vintage classic Scorpio. All right? And you might have some strong water chart too, my friend. We're talking Pisces. Yeah, Cancer too. Yep. It could be a double, triple, quad. I would explain why you really shoved it down there. It's like, I ain't trying to look at that realistically at all. You know? All right, let's get some advice, please. No, let's make this clear. We're healing, consolidating our heart space towards something difficult. Most likely a difficult ending. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. Two of Swords, the Indecision, Five of Wands, and the Knights of Cups. You really have fought, simply put, you have fought yourself intensely about how you really feel. I know, that's our putting it off process back here. You know, it's like, I don't know, so we're just not gonna. Every time you tried to approach it, it caused you an inner conflict about your real feeling. The Knights of Cups, it made you feel vulnerable, so you backed away from it, right? I understand. But the real truth of you was in there. And it was in there that whole time, okay? The Chariot, Eight of Cups, Strength. Yes, I understand. See, it's all water. You may not physically part ways with this person, and by that I mean they might still be in your environment. They might be part of still a familiar structure, such as a family orientation, but you're not going to emotionally engage with them anymore. Whatever that is to you. Chariot, Eight of Cups, Strength. It's taking you strength of will to part ways with this emotionally first. Okay? You might part ways with them physically later, but for now, it's you getting confrontational about how you quote-unquote really feel. And that's a big step for you. Okay? Chariot, Eight of Cups, Strength, yeah. It's going to take you strength to walk away from this and mean it emotionally from the heart. Some part of you is conceding to this because you know practically as well as emotionally it's on point. Something doesn't fit. This isn't random, okay? There's a reason why you're saying this doesn't fit, and I'm having a hard time understanding that. It's either non-supportive, it doesn't meet the criteria of the Ten of Cups, it's non-supportive, it's not loving, okay? And you're having a hard time coming to terms with that. Or you yourself don't like how you react to it. Them, a they, I don't know. It's like your feelings for them are not where they should be, and you're coming to terms with that. I don't know. Okay. Control tactics. You either used on yourself, or perhaps that's what you feel about this. It doesn't really care about you. It just wants to keep you in place using control tactics, your emotions, manipulations, emotional manipulation. Either way, it's not healthy. We got a karmic lesson here. Okay? Learn this. Learn it for yourself. And don't apply it to other people. If someone's keeping you in check in this dynamic or you feel pressure to keep them in your life, and you know it's emotional manipulation, control tactics, don't do it to someone else. Okay? Just don't. Otherwise, you get it back. And if you don't want it served back to you, then don't engage in it either. Okay? And don't allow you to manipulate yourself either, because that's how you keep yourself in check when you damn well know better. Be honest with yourself about how you feel. Ace of Cups, that's our master symbol with the new love, backing that up not once but twice. You know, some of you, yes, of course, Ace of Cups, new love, being back-to-back like this. Some of you are headed towards the direction of new love, and I'm seeing you emotionally disentangle from someone whom you know does not fit in the greater picture of your life, and you damn well know it. And you're just now coming to terms with it. And in which case, yeah, eventually further down the road. Further down the road. Not once but twice. Of a dual heart. Okay? Okay. And just remember your self-worth, transcendence, and unity. Rise above this dynamic. Don't do to others what was done to you in it. Okay? You'll just continue to get it back. Remember your own sense of self-worth and rise above all this. Okay? Oh, goodness gracious. Scorpio, honey, didn't know it was going to be all that today. All right. That's all right. I'd rather you get this from me. Dove, on the sideways, we're currently in the process of trying to find our peace with this. Yeah, I see that. I know. It's incoming. It just needs more time. Triangle, upright, make a decision. Stand by it. It'll be a solid base for you. The triangle's the first time we see stability. Okay? Make a good, solid decision, so it'll be your good, solid base in future. Remember, indecision is also a choice. To be indecisive is a choice. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. Because if you do that I don't know what to do game, you're just hurting yourself. It's still a choice. But it means you won't be reliable or stable. So do yourself a favor. Build a platform on stability. Trust your decisions. Okay? All right. And then the old man. For some of you, identify with this. Some of you feel like you are the middle-aged. person, that you are an older male, middle-aged older male. This could be concerning someone who meets those characteristics. But here we have the key word here of inheritance, so hearkening back to that sense of responsibility. Okay? And that, community, this is what I have built, this is what I'm responsible for, weighs heavily on someone. Or again, just that sense of middle-aged male. And then also fireflies, which is unique in this particular card. Okay. We have the letter U, the letter Z. We have the grapes. Some of you enjoy your grapes, your snacks, your fruit. Some of you just abundance. You have been blessed with abundance. And then also for some of you might enjoy your wine. Yeah. And then we have the camel, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and also that sense of emotional conservation, being careful with one's feelings like one would with their own water supply. Yeah. All right. Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Pisces? Show me Pisces, please. What's going on for Pisces? Page of Wands. Excuse me, 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Okay. You haven't let something go. You're trying to make a decision, so you're trying to keep it active. Good. 8 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. 4 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and Strength. Progress. Okay. Okay, so you are keeping, right here at the beginning, no pun intended, you are keeping your cards close to your chest. Now, it drives me nuts when people show me holding on just for the sake of it. You're like, no, I know I got a decision. I know I should do something. Or I should do nothing, but you understand it's an active decision, so that's good. That's half the work right there. Page of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. That is active. You're trying to keep yourself open in a way that suggests positive optimism, but nothing crazy. It's still a page and a 2. Wands, both. So, you're like, I've been holding back. I've been holding on. I haven't been confident about relinquishing energy yet towards something or someone. You're like, but I am aware that I have a particular feeling in me that says I'd like to try. I'm aware of this. I'm conscious of it. I don't deny it. Let's make a decision around that. Because you're like, at least it's open, it's honest. And you're like, it may not be much, but it's something. And at least I know that. I agree with you. At least you know that. You're showing me a little bit more sense of optimism and I can try than doing nothing at all. Again, I 1000% agree with you. A lot of people show me, well, I can try, but I'm not gonna because I have no confidence. I'm afraid of the outcome. And you're like, I got nothing else to work with, so may as well try. Good. Good for you. I like that. Again, I could see you shut it down and just be like, it's important, but no. Or I have an idea, but I'm not going to take it seriously. Or I have something to offer, but I'm afraid it's not going to be good enough for the receiving party. I see that crap all day and it's just so tiresome. So good on you that you understand that you have a decision to either hold on to this because you want to do something with it, which is what you're opting for, or to let it go because you just can't or you don't want to. Again, tarot does not dictate action, you do. Tarot's a proof choice, not the opposite of it for this Pisces. You're leaning towards the side of, I'd rather do something. I'm holding on to this for a reason, right? Maybe it's important. Okay, I like that. We'll take that. 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and it is something important. There's going to be some active communication here soon, and it's going to be involving someone whom you care about. 2 of Cups, it's an emotional union that's important between you and someone else. Those two, that's it. This is the emotions I share with you. This is what you share with me. This is how we feel. This is between you and I. So whatever that relationship is, and it could be any relationship, I don't know. But the communication is active, and it's in the interest of repairs. Yes, there has been hurt. There's a feeling here of abandonment by at least one person, most likely 2. And the idea specifically is emotional abandonment. Feeling a little lopsided, a little bit uncared for, a little bit of a little bit more emotionality, particularly the expression of it needs to be put in or fed into someone's cup. So this one's very specific in terms of we need to use our words and our feelings to help give repairs because someone needs a more emotional expression. Okay, someone needs more validity in terms of feeling. All right, very specific that is. But it still counts as good work because something's going into it. Okay? That it means well. Whoever is providing it and whoever's receiving it, it's done well. Okay? It means well. Breakages happen sometimes. Upset hurts sometimes. Someone feels emotionally lopsided, like I haven't been given enough to replenish my cup kind of thing. I feel like you don't feel the same way about me that I do about you. And sometimes we just need those reassurances because it's either true or it's not, right? That's it. All right, 4 swords, the 10 of pentacles, and strength. That's good. That's some good rest here. Okay? It gives you something that you need that soothes your heart. It does. It soothes your heart. It kind of reinforces everything you got going on for you, which is good. Whatever this conversation is, it does not take away from you. It helps you. It makes you feel good about what you do, why you do it. You have a lot. You have a lot of motivation here with the 10 of Pentacles, and it makes you feel strong. It makes you feel deeply connected to what you do and why you do it. It gives you purpose, meaning, substance. Rather, not that this conversation gives you all those things. It reminds you of what's already available to you and how you're part of it, and it soothes you in some way. It makes you proud to do what you do. It's like it reinforces or helps remind you of who the heck you are and how you could find yourself in this too and how you're connected to things too. You know, you're not some silent partner to life. You're an active partner in life. All right. So I don't know, but I just know it helps you. It helps you remember what matters and that you needed this too, and it felt good too for you. Okay. Some of you take a great deal of strength and pride in your community. It also takes a lot of energy from you, but like I said, it helps make you who you are. So that's already in place. Your solidation, I just tried to combine the words solid and foundation. Your foundation's looking pretty solid, you know, and it will continue to give you strength and be a source of strength for you too. Very good. So good comes from this, I promise. I like how it puts some part of your mind or your heart at ease. And it makes you glad that you do everything that you do. And that's a good thing, right? Let's get some advice, please. Yours is really straightforward. I like your opening. You're like, well, it's not much, but it's honest and it feels right, so fuck it. And sometimes that's all we need to know. Sometimes that's just all we need to know. Yeah? Let's get some advice, please. King of Pentacles. I knew I was going to see the King of Pentacles for you. I just freaking knew it. I was like, oh, there he is. I don't know why I was expecting to see that. Some of you might have some very strong earth in your chart. King of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Knights of Pentacles. It was looking like we were headed in this direction. I like how you minimize it to be like, it ain't nothing. I'm holding on to it for a reason, right? 2 + 2, you're always saying if you feel it and it's authentic, then it's probably fine. That's correct. What? I'm just doing what you tell me to do all the time. Yeah, well, there you go. Okay, so yeah, there's a little bit more punch behind this. You understand? King of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Knights of Pentacles. It seems like we were headed on this particular path and or trajectory for a while. It got stretched out over time. It took a minute for us to understand that we could comfortably arrive to this point in time and make this decision with confidence. And I kind of like, in a weird way, your what do I have to lose attitude back here. I'm inclined to agree with you. I held on to this for a reason, right? And the method of fix really is incredibly straightforward. It looks like words of love are needed, nurturing love and support love. And I understand something here, emotional discrepancy was off, and here are the words now, something like this. It's either coming from you or towards you, but regardless, it seems like we were headed in this direction for a while. And it's coming from a good place, a good, solid, practical place. And you have some very heavy earth tones in your chart, and that's beautiful. No, I like this, and it's reciprocated. It must be. Because it soothes you. You're like, I'm connected to the right people. I'm connected to the right places at the right time. I am. This is good. This is part of my foundation. I know it's correct. And that's that strength of spirit, honey. Nine of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Fool. And prior to this, I see a lot of resistance about coming together, even though we also felt that. So there was a lot of resistance. There was like a lot of chronic blockage. I think this is why it took so, quote unquote, long. Nine of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Fool. Even though we had that feeling of maybe opening up towards this, maybe taking a risk, even if it was just in the name of friendship, it was this idea of someone kept shutting it down out of frustration or anger. Okay, so I like how, again, your auspicious opening here. Yeah, I've been holding on to this. I guess I got to do something with it. Where we're coming from perhaps wasn't working so well. Okay, just a FYI for some of you. There's something about the idea of opening up towards us as friends didn't sit right or it didn't fit right. I have to agree with you. The connection's a little bit stronger than that. It has a little bit more meaning to it than that. A little bit. Has more meaning to it than that. But like I said, we have new perspective. Oh, good. Oh, new perspective is always a good thing. Hang the man. Yeah. About our cosmic purpose, the North Node. Maybe this means something. I like that. Maybe this means something. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's the kind of hints I got from your opening and then also on your closing there. It's like I must have held on to this for some reason, right? It doesn't seem like a lot, but yeah, no, it's like maybe it's part of my greater scheme of things and it soothes you, makes you remember how strong you are and why you're connected to for a reason. I agree. I completely agree. It's part of the cosmic purpose, North Node. Some of you Pisces might be your North Node, by the way. And if you want to know what that is, let's say you've never heard that a day in your life, feel free to use an online birth chart generator. I'm very tired, but it's a good tired. That would be Cafe Astrology. I highly recommend it. They're free and they do a thorough job if you want to know what your North Node is. And some of you somebody here had a dark side of the... Dark side. Christina, see, this is where it's really starting to run together. So people, if you have stutters and lisps, you know what I'm talking about. You can have as much training as you want. And I've had training for years and years and years about how to counter. But it's at the end of the day, though, when you're exhausted and you're tired or you've been talking all day, inevitably it comes back in full force, despite your training and years of, muscle training and all that other stuff. My point is, apologies. I know it can get, what did she just say? I understand. That's why I try to correct myself as much as possible. Dark night of the soul. And we had a dark night of the soul about false beliefs. Okay. Very strong confrontation of the self about what was really going on here and why we were holding on to this, which is always a good thing. It's not necessarily easy. Of course not. But it's honest. And that's what works. Okay. Oh, so many letters. N, A, J. We have big dollar bill. It could be that somebody's worth something. It could be a sense of accumulation, wealth, striking it rich. I don't know, but that it could come into play. I'm not really into reading that, but it's there. Yeah, somebody could be worth something, true. All right, but you both are. Let's make that clear. We have the medallions of Cancer, Taurus, and then also you. Pisces, yay! You might have any of those strong placement in your charts. Pisces is kind of like duh, but just the other two, just in case. And you might be connecting to either of those as well. All right, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer, please. What's going on for Cancer? Oh. Come along now. Let's shuffle up. Let's go. There we go. All right. The Ace of Wands. The World. Three of Swords. Okay. The Moon. Two of Wands and Death. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The Empress. The Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. You are showing me something similar, not quite the same. Not quite the same. It's different flavor, different context for Scorpio. And I promise you, there's been many shuffles between yours and theirs, okay, including Pisces. So what's meant to be here is what's meant to be here. They had some similar elements here, and you yourself might be a triple, quad water sign as well. Lots of all the waters here, including yourself. Ace of Wands, the World, the Three of Swords. There's part of you that sometimes when you flare open to the idea of renewed energy, hope, positivity, passion, you shut it down real quick because you remember pain associated with the last time you did. There's times when you feel ignited. I mean ignited, just lit up. Lit the hell up. And then just as soon as you feel it, you shut it down. You remember Three of Swords, you remember pain, you remember rejection. And these things do happen. What you would use your Ace of Wands towards, I don't know. But it looks like it's in how you feel towards someone else, where sometimes you open up and you feel optimistic and you feel inspired, maybe, even passionate. But then you kind of remembered, and then we close it down. So you have what is so far a door that's on a hinge. Sometimes it wants to open in positivity and then it remembers to slam shut. Okay. All right. The Moon, Two of Wands, Death. You take how you really feel about this to a deep place. And then the idea of a decision starts to lose vision, feeling, any sorts of sensitivity towards a decision to be made gets lost more and more in translation. Like there's nothing to decide on. Whatever I think or feel about this subject is becoming increasingly irrelevant by the day. And then the idea is that you kill it. There is nothing to think about or contemplate. I have no secrets. There's nothing to decide. There's nothing to contemplate on. And death is trying to take over that conversation. And you seem to believe it. It's like you're showing me a tug of war in your heart. There's days you want to believe and hope for something and someone, and then you remember how it hurt, and then how we really feel gets shoved under the moon. A secret, maybe even to you, particularly in regards to a decision. It's like saying in your secret self, I don't have any decision, so let's stop pretending that there is one. There is one in there. There is a decision in there. It's the same as what you feel back here. Sometimes you feel warm and open towards it, and other times you feel cold and shut off from it. And then this idea of that there's a decision to make at all, it becomes irrelevant. We take it to a secret place, and then you're saying, please let death take it. I don't want a decision anymore. I don't want to even have the pretense of having a decision. No more hot and cold energies towards this. I just want this to be finalized. Okay? So you're showing me the back and forth that people we often have when something closes out and we're struggling. We still want to hope for it. We still have feelings for it that have been unresolved or unhealed. And then remember why it hurt and how it hurt. And then we're like, oh, no, close that down. Close it down. Close it down. There's still unprocessed emotions in here, and I would challenge you to get into those a little more. That doesn't mean that your processed emotions, let's say they are processed, that doesn't mean that you have any decision to make on the outside world in regards to this person. It just means that you yourself are a little bit more at peace with this subject. And that's all I really want for you, is a little more peace on the subject. Kind of reminding yourself why we can't have this, or why we shouldn't engage with it, or why it ended, reminding ourselves of that. Okay. That will help. Understanding our emotions better. Okay. About how we really felt about this situation with this person outside of passion and hope and outside of pain. What was the deeper root feeling? And that will help too. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to hurt before it gets better. But the reason you're showing me conflict is because the bigger part of your emotions aren't allowed to speak. Just that sometimes you open up towards it like a flare and then you shut it down again like a cold sword. So I want to know how you really feel about this situation or person. Backtrack it. Okay, see yourself in it. Allow yourself to feel yourself in it. And then remind yourself why it ended and why it hurt. And that might help you give more peace on the subject. But that thing where it's like, I had no deeper feeling for this, and that's going to drag things out, I promise. You had deeper feeling for this. More than I'm hot for it and I'm cold for it. There's more to it than that. But you have to be willing to allow yourself to feel the pain, bare minimum, in order to really, really give yourself closure on this. Okay? And I believe at some point you must do, because the Empress, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, you really focus on loving yourself more and your own sense of self-worth and your own sense of security. Like you really bloom, you really blossom into a sense of can-do. You're showing me that you're on your own, actually, with full confidence about who you are and that you're an empowered, sexy Cancer. Like, seriously, and by that I mean you kill it in the real world. In your 3D, you're so down to earth. You're so generous with your time, energy, and effort. You're so financially secure, and you seem to navigate the real world no issue. None. Like, you take on your responsibilities with pride. Like I said, you give probably too much in your 3D realities. You have a very generous spirit attached to you. So be careful with that money. But you are heavily relied upon. People really value your good opinion, and you seem to have multiple exchanges. Some of you have multiple roles, or you wear many, many hats, and you're comfortable with it. You're very comfortable with it. You wouldn't have it any other way. You like being a person of importance in other people's value, estimation, and opinion, and you want other people to make good on your experiences. You like it. You like it. It reinforces your value. So you're that person. You don't just like to stay busy as in a form of distraction. Like, you like to stay busy because you authentically enjoy putting yourself into everything you do and being a person of substance, of empowerment, and or use to other people. So you have all that going for you. And I'm sorry, this is what I would call, to not put such, soft and fancy, like this is what you would call a death spasm back here. Okay. And I don't mean that in a way that's scary. I mean, this is what it looks like when we're coming to the terms with the fact that we're no longer in love with somebody. You understand? This is what it looks like when we can honestly have that dialogue with, or start to have that dialogue with ourselves about, yeah, sometimes I think about putting good energy into this, but then I remember why it hurts. And no, I don't think you have a decision to make anymore about a them or they. I mean, it's more like a decision to recognize your deeper feeling towards this beyond the hot and cold and why am I still struggling with this. No, access the deeper feeling. And that would be simply, just to give some of you the words, I love this. I know I used to love this. It's hard for me to accept it's over. And yes, if I'm being honest with myself, sometimes I honestly think about re-engaging with it. And then I remember why it shut down and it hurts all over again. Do you know where that pain comes from, that hot and cold in this situation? It's because you know where it's coming from. You have a basis for comparison. You used to be deeply attached to it. Okay. So I'm just access the deeper feeling, and that's your only real decision. And then a greater peace, acceptance comes from that. Okay? It's hard. I caught you in a very tricky state of emotional existence. You're having to forcibly perceive your feelings towards someone else and theirs towards you differently. And you're still kind of struggling through that. Okay? I promise you, this emotional chapter is coming to a close. My only concern is helping you with it to get you through it. Okay? And understand that this is normal. It's very normal. But that doesn't mean we're trying to go back to it. Okay? No. Like I said, your decision doesn't really involve them anymore, whoever they are. It's more about you coming to terms with the loss. Let me put it this way. If you're grieving it, and it looks like you're grieving it, it was real. So allow yourself to grieve it. Because it's real. It was real. All right? But yeah, I mean, you in the future, not too far from now, you're a wealth of activity, a wealth of experience. You have such a generous nature attached to you, and you give a lot. You're a giver. I can see it. Even if you think that you're not, you are. You're a giver. You seem to be everywhere. You are everywhere. You are everywhere, my friend. You are happily fulfilling your balances on your own terms, on your own way, and as a distinct individual who does themselves in the world they're in a world of credit. So do remember that. Yeah, that's all on you. That's one person there. Just you. That's just you, baby. That's just you. Let's get some advice, please. Eight of Cups, I understand. The Ten of Wands, the Hierophant. Yeah, this wasn't easy. Some of you, this was commitment. This was straight up commitment. That would explain a lot about what I'm saying. Really having to accept. And I mean, this is hard. This is hard, honey. This is hard. This, for some of you, this was a marriage. This was a full-on commitment. Eight of Cups, Ten of Wands. It got really hard to walk away from this. It got hard to understand our lack of feeling for this. It got hard to understand that our feelings for this were transforming, and part of it was hope, and part of it was pain. And that's what I'm saying. This is what a death spasm kind of looks like. It physically hurts. It physically hurts to think about that person. Look at it. It's like how I feel for you now is so different than it was 10 years ago, and it hurts. I'm grieving. It's a personal grieving process. Okay. There is peace on this. I promise you. Don't think of death as a threat. Think of it as it's the final. It's finality. It's cleaning up. And we're going to be able to let this go soon. Okay. And accept our new feelings for that person or situation. You will find peace in this, I promise. And this wasn't easy. This was not easy for some of you. I caught you right in the freaking middle of it, didn't I? Your emotional recognition, the back and forth and the extremes. Trying to take things to a deep place and just hoping it'll be done. No. That's where I'm going to challenge you just a little bit. Allowing yourself to think of that person, look at them squarely in your mind. It's just how I feel about you now is different, and it hurts. And I'm learning that it's okay to let you go, because the person who you are today is not the one I used to love in the past. Start with that dialogue. Okay? It's going to be okay. Six of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Hermit. You will be okay. Okay? The part of you that appreciates healing, especially for those of you who have been through major endings before, you have experience with this. Use it. Hold that lantern up and reflect on what you have learned in the past. Okay? And understand that time things, these deep connections change. The ones that we have been connected to forever change. All right? They'll be okay. You'll be okay. Okay. Speaking of okay. Okay. Dazed and confused and hidden emotions. I got it. Yeah, I think we got there. We're confused by how different our emotions are, and we feel the need to suppress it because it feels so weird and alien to us. While discovering what they mean now, it's difficult. I understand. Okay? And then there's going to be pain, too, from the other side about how they see you differently and perceive you differently and experience you differently. And that's a different level of pain you have to absorb as well, you know? I know. That's why this stuff isn't easy. Learn from it. I think that you do. You do a fine job of it, my friend. You look just fine. I know there's a lot of fear and anxiety here. How far, if I explore these emotions, how long is it going to take me? And will it just freak me out more? No, it'll start to give you peace. The more you dig into it. That's usually how this works. Okay? I understand. But I see you being very comforted by who you are in the future. You can't put a price on that. Teeth is in reverse. This is not within our control to change. It's like pulling teeth. Somebody refuses to change or let go of control. Here we have to let go of control. We have to let go of control. And we cannot be afraid to change. Coins, luck, money. Some of you might be due for a little bit of luck, a little bit of money. I think some of you are touched with prosperity for sure. Dolphins, a bit of playfulness and cooperation. You have the supports of others. Remember to be light on yourself. Take it easy with yourself too. Okay? Spend some quality time with yourself and others. We have you. Your medallion's in the reverse. The key word here being imaginative. Some of you are very imaginative, but your seashell, also you, not in reverse, not listening to yourself. Perhaps relying too much on your imagination. Your fears are running away with you. Listen to yourself better. I think you know the outcome. The maple leaf, for some of you, the indication of now in the fall, you know, the turning of the leaves. And then for some of you, the maple leaf, Canada maybe. The diamond, yeah, I can tell that we were talking about a commitment here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and also, again, that sense of solidity or commitment or loyalty here. Yeah. But remember, I didn't really see the concept of value until I saw you a little further out, where your value is actually quite high. Okay. Anything else? Cancer, honey, I think that is it. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.